right.
The Tenderhead.
Welcome, everyone, to Tabletop to Keyboard. I am Dustin. This is Vigilantes of Vallandria. It is Chapter 8, Long May He Reign. And I have my surviving players with me this week after a very grueling two-game dungeon crawl, as we'll call it.
Sewer sprawl. Sewer sprawl.
A sewer sprawl, yes. Through a side-scroller map I put together, did claim the life of the Deadly Dandy, so Christopher is not with us this week, so that his presence will be missed. And the other four will have to regroup after a loss of one of their own and make it through what will be the end of this campaign. And we'll let those players tell you a little who they are and their character that they're reprising the roles of tonight, starting with Daniel. Daniel?
Hello, everybody. I am playing Reese Davey, also known as the Raven, a dwarven preacher vigilante who has lashed out after his and many other faiths were ostracized by the Emperor's proclamation of self-godhood, and bent on vengeance and justice for all of that.
Right. And, welcome back there, Seraphique. We have Jake playing the Pumpkin King. Tell us, Jake, who you are and your character.
Well, I am Jake. I'm with a group called Defenders of Kobold. I'm one of their more peripheral members. I am playing a disaffected aristocrat named Felix Hunsen, who, because of his unfortunate position in his own family, has decided he doesn't quite like the whole being at the top of the social order game. And as a result, he masquerades as the Pumpkin King.
All right. Again, the Deadly Dandy, Christopher's character, died last week tragically to some swinging blade traps, and he'll be missed. We move across the overlay to Debbie playing Kadam. Debbie, tell us a little about your character and yourself.
Debbie, also known as Debbie Snacks. You can often find me around in different community discords, including here and Featherfall Tabletop and Homebrew Roleplay. I play Sigrid Verikai, whose alter ego is Kidam. Sigrid Verikai is a Viking born on foot in danger, a bit modest in size, 8.5 feet, 557 pounds, a little bit of a dunderhead, but socially awkward at times. I'm a reaver and also man-at-arms, a little bit of militant. And Kidam is my alter ego, anonymous, everyone, and no one at the same time. Often just a passerby you may not notice in the crowd.
And rounding out our crew of surviving vigilantes, it's Brendan, playing the Wayward Eye.
Hi, I'm Friendon. I play the Wayward Eye. He is a trapper/war dervis. He will take you down and then take you out. I have one eye, and the one eye I do have wanders, and so that's why he has that name. But he doesn't really have a secret identity, because he's kind of like a Kung Fu The Legend Continues sort of character. He just wants to get in there and tear things apart, so hopefully I roll better than the last couple of sessions.
All right. So, we are going to quickly flip over here to our Roll20 screen, so say goodbye to these lovely faces here. These here are vigilantes. At the end of last game, they made their way out of the sewer. They met with the being known as the Mithril Primarch. They took with them their mentor Hagen and the Manifest of Destiny, and after meeting with the Mithril Primarch, learned that the Mithril Primarch has come for revenge. Him and his queen, the Queen of Bones, that him and his wife are here to avenge their murdered daughter, who was slain in the temple at the end of the Chronicle Horror in Huttenberg. For those of you who maybe are historians of my 3-campaign long chronicle that we're running here. Where the last group in the last campaign did in fact kill their daughter in order to save the world, turning themselves to Witchstone and starting this whole thing off, leaving behind the Manifesto of Destiny, and progressing everything to where it is now. And now what we find is that the parents of that girl who was slain have come back with a vengeance as the Mithril Primarch and the Queen of Bones. and it seems as though they are beginning some sort of ritual that they are going to use an army of undead to take down Vallandria. And they had a few things vengeance-wise that they want to do. They killed Hagen, who was the mentor for these vigilantes, the vigilante known as Tragedy. He was slain for his part in the death of their daughter, and there are other members of that original crew that had gone to Treefell that the Mithril Primarch wants dead. And one of those is a gnome named Nigel, another was a cultist named Zelina. And for them to get their revenge, he has told the vigilantes that if they go in and bring those people out, that Vallandria might be spared. And so that was sort of the conundrum that the vigilantes were left at the end of that last game, as the Mithril Primarch returned and took a knee before his queen, and some manner of unholy ritual was beginning. The vigilantes were then going to make their way back into Vallandria, the city of Vallandria, and decide where they would like to start. Of course, after mourning the loss of the deadly dandy. So that is where we will pick up today. You make your way back. You can easily sneak your way back in through the gates. You're back into the city. The skies are still filled with the Zeppelins searching the streets for you all, but at this point you made your way out of the city. You're able to make your way back in. You just have to decide where you would like to go next. You're not going to be able to take the sewers to get there. That's not really a viable option to get to either of the places you want to go. So as a group, in your super secret group chat that I don't get to see, if you guys come to a conclusion on which target you would like to go find, or I think for now we're going to switch back.
I know at least two of us were kind of agreeing on, or semi-agreeing on, his name's Nigel. I can't want to say Neelix.
Yeah,
I can't want to say Neelix. I'm like, no, that's Star Trek.
So, yes, Nigel the gnome tinkerer. He's also a sellsword for what it's worth, and military officer by professions. You know that last you saw him, he was at the side of Maester Bravo von Helfrich in the R&D section of the palace, of the Emperor's Palace.
So two of us specifically had some things we also kind of needed to acquire, which I actually just noticed my new spell's not on my sheet.
I'd like to acquire an eye. Can I ask for an eye? No, I can't. I'm sorry.
Your new spell's not on your sheet. I put everything on your sheet. What are you missing?
The new spell that I got when we last leveled up.
Oh. You know what? Yeah, that wouldn't be
trying to find now.
So, I updated everybody's sheets today, and I maxed out their tier 3 professions for these last two games, because these are some deadly combats they're about to get into with some pretty nasty foes. So, I maxed them all out, but in the midst of that, I probably forgot to add your one spell, because that's not on the character progression chart.
Yeah.
So
I'm just trying to pull it up so I at least have this sheet up and the doc as soon as I figure out where it is. But I know I needed a component for it.
Which spell is it you're looking for?
That is the actually, I could probably find it because I sent it to you.
Is it a prayer of the learner?
Yes.
Okay. If it's a prayer of the learner, that's easy enough to find. We'll just flip to the grimoire.
Trial by fire.
Okay. Trial by fire is what you're looking for. And what is it you would like to do with trial by fire?
All right, I found it in the I was just trying to pull it up in the PDF so I'd have it since it's not on the sheet. So
I thought you were getting ready to use it. I was like, well, this is already going places I wasn't expecting. So
I in order to be able to ever use it, I need an expensive fire opal, which that's a thing.
Right. So this game session's going to begin with you guys are going to go try to knock off a jewelry store, or
I'm not sure what Felix needed. I know there was a conversation about both of us possibly needing to steal some things.
Okay, so we'll lay it out there where you want to go first. If you need a target, where are you going to go to get your fire opal and whatever reagent Felix needs for his magics, which are varied. A varied list of magics for him.
We're opining about opals before we get supined by getting our butts kicked in combat. Got it.
I guess that is the question of what the Pumpkin King actually needs.
I assume the remainder of my crow spell has worn off by now.
Probably.
All right. Goody. It's nice to talk again.
I think you can relinquish that whenever you want to.
Oh, okay. I thought I was condemned to...
No, I'm pretty sure you can relinquish that at any time. You just have to recast it again, then to go back into it.
Which could transform me into a Tengu from Power Rangers. If I mess up. I would like us to acquire drugs. Lots of drugs.
I do happen to have some money that I kept on me. I didn't spend all my money, so we need to replenish some of our supplies. The question is, I think it would be best if we went and bought the things we needed that were lower cost before we tried any kind of larceny. That way, we've at least restocked our commodities before we have to go on the run.
When you guys get back into Vallandria and you start slinking around through the streets, everything's locked down. There's nothing open. First off, it's night. Most things close down at night anyway, but this is kind of a city that doesn't sleep because it has neon street lights and it has lamps, witchstone powered lamps and all that sort of stuff. So there's more of a nightlife in Vallandria than you would find in most cities in a fantasy setting for sure. But right now everything is barred up, windows are shuttered, the Zeppelins are hovering over the streets with spotlights down looking for you guys. You're probably not going to make any legal purchases at this point.
Can't blame a girl for trying.
Nope.
Do what you may. I will
normally agree.
But
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
When the need arises, one must take what they require. And in this case, I could use a very expensive fire opal. It would be potentially very useful in what we have to do.
So we've got the fire opal, extra laudanum, extra smelling salts, and maybe some quicksilver every now and then, just to keep our minds sharp. I would also need to do... We'll also need some of that very fine powder from Zelina at some point.
I do like powder.
Oh yes, that would help with casting spells without transforming ourselves into hideous bird monsters, etc.
I thought you meant a different sort of powder.
Well, I mean, that would also help to keep the mind sharp. For now.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I wonder how all the business of the red light district is doing right now. Maybe a lot of things are closed down as well, but maybe there are some scandalous types about that we could inquire as to where to get special items.
I used to know someone named Roxanne, but I'm guessing she doesn't need to put a red light on tonight during this.
wow.
So
if
if we were to attempt to, we could perhaps find some people who might be able to sell you illicit substances, even locked down. That might be viable, I would think. I don't think we'll be able to buy my opal without stealing it, and if we were to do so, which of us would be the best candidate for breaking and entering? It is not
Kidam is excellent at breaking.
Do what?
Kidam is excellent at breaking.
I'm good at entering people with my sword. It's not as suggestive as you think.
I am not.
I just don't know that I would have the stealth.
I'm pretty good. I'm a little sneaky.
If we're fast enough, we won't need stealth.
Also true, but I would rather not draw the Zeppelins if we don't have to.
I'm like a good 66% sneaky.
Maybe
Time for that slightly above the table talk coming into play now. Let's say if I tried it 3 times, I succeed twice. Let's just say.
Sometimes, I keep track. I got a little log. It's the depth perception's bad, but I succeed like about 2/3 of the time. Every time.
66% of the time, it works every time.
You got me, Dustin. You got me.
Suggestion, Pumpkin King. Perhaps you could start a fire someplace and cause a distraction from where we are breaking and entering.
I love what goes on inside your mind, kiddo. I'm 200% on board.
Okay. So
What I need now is
which
a
poor
hose and
other
gas
business is going to go up in flames so that you can distract the Zeppelins from the tinker shop of gym cutting that you're currently looking at breaking and entering into?
I'm just putting it out to y'all. If I get my nose powder, I don't care what we set on fire.
I'm going to start, doing like that almost like a high-speed Groucho Marx walk. Just sort of like, flat down and just kind of swinging my arms a little bit as I just kind of look around, peering into alleyways. I'm looking for any place that might have shut down before bringing in a hose, maybe? Or some sort of tube.
A hose?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll say there's you can find a place that has one of those old school pumps where it shoots the water out, and they've got have a hose attached to the end of the spigot.
Oh, absolutely
Man-sized.
perfect.
Man-sized Play-Doh fun factory, just extruding fun shapes with the tube on it.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
Man, this one looks like a star.
Perfect.
All right, so I'm going to get that tube, and I'm going to look for all the cars that I can siphon lightning out of.
Oh, the bottle lightning?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you give it the old hose suck job, and you find a couple of Hal Davidsons there that you can siphon a bottle or two worth out of by the time you're done.
Oh, baby. Excellent. This'll start some fires. What all sorts of businesses are around?
This is Vallandria. You can find about anything. This is a pretty straightforward into town. There's, like I said, gym cutters, there's tailors, leather workers, all the traditional fantasy type stores. There's a clock store and fabric store and
Fabric store. Oh, that definitely has a bit of flammable in there.
I put my hand on Felix's shoulder and I say, "You know what, Felix? Usually I have to pay extra for a hose sucking and a burning sensation."
Which reminds me, we may need to find a brothel later.
hey,
And I'll
Featherfall,
start
thank you for the sub.
lighting up one of these containers of liquid fire.
All right, so you effectively make yourself a bottle bomb out of it. You get it all lit up, everything else, and you're gonna throw it at the fabric store. So boom, you hit it. It explodes, catches the boards that have been put up on fire, and you can see the curtains and everything that are on the inside start to catch, and the place starts to go up. You see pretty quickly the spotlights from a nearby Zeppelin start to turn that direction.
Oh, what a fetching sight. Yes, everyone come see it. And I'll throw the second container at the already started fire.
Run away!
Then run away.
So yep, you got your fire started. You created a distraction. That will make this a relatively easy stealth check for the group. If you would like, we will let the worst of you make the stealth check and then assume everyone else passes it.
I kind of like that. I like the chaos of that. My vote is for chaos. How does everybody else feel?
Chaos, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Who's like less than 2/3 of the time in their ledger of stealthiness good at stealthing?
I'm at I think 55 because I have 1 dot in stealth.
Yeah.
My
so,
agility's 41, 1 dot in stealth.
so 51.
Okay.
I got a 57 in stealth overall. Well, I'm at ignore 3 skill ranks at the moment, so 37.
Yeah. So actually, Pumpkin King is the least stealthy at the moment because he's still full of peril.
Not to mention I smell like burnt chicken.
That's right.
Maybe I shouldn't do the stealthy stealth because my stomach is like really grumbling right now, and it might get me away.
Reese is gnawing on the Pumpkin King as we walk on.
All right. So I think from that math, we determined that Felix is the one that's got to actually make these stealth checks to be stealthy now that he's started a fire. So at least they're easy. So that'll bump you up 20%. So go ahead and make your stealth check, and we'll see whether or not you're stealthy.
Oh, baby, here we go.
Well, because of the distraction, we're going to give everyone else a pass. If you can make it, everyone will make it, and you didn't. Would you like to spend a fortune? I did refill your entire fortune bank for today.
Well, considering the man's after us, I think I will try to reroll that.
Okay, so we will go ahead and... Oh, it didn't get better.
And fail it again. Oof.
It did not get better. So you it doesn't take long before you guys are trying to shim open this door and work your way into this tinker shop when you can feel the spotlights are starting to scan over your direction from another nearby zeppelin making its way towards the fire.
In that case, well, are we
don't have to
actually
be
inside
sneaky
the
if we're
place?
fast.
Are we actually like inside the place or just up to it? Or
You're at the place trying to get in.
I put my hand once again on Felix's shoulder and I say, "Really good effort," and I kick the door in.
All right, so you give the door a good swift kick and it busts open and you're able to pull in, and you can feel and see behind you the light from one of those spotlights, the searchlights coming down on top of the building you're in, with the door now flapping wide open. You're able to take cover inside the place, but it's pretty illuminated in there because from the Zeppelin they can see the door flapping open, and so they got a beat on your location at the moment.
Any skylights or anything we got to worry about?
Not
like
here.
Is that also no? Okay, but just through the door we're getting enough light.
Seahawk, for your 100 bits, you can flip a misfortune back to fortune, or a fortune to misfortune. So let me know which direction you want that to go, either for the players or for the GM. I have a feeling I know what he's going to say, but we'll give him a chance.
As we burst in, Reese will say, "All right, we need a fire opal and perhaps a rear exit."
A rear opal and a fire exit. Got it.
I mean, fire exit would work, but I'll start looking for what he needs. So a fire opal.
You go to the counters, flip for the GM. All right, taking a fortune away from the players. Thank you, Seahawk, for your contribution to today's massacre. You go over to the counters where there would be glass cases where you'd be able to look at the jewelry and the rings and everything else, and you see it looks like it's been completely cleared out. None of the cases look damaged.
Are there signs of like a safe or anything?
Not here in the main store area. There is a curtain that looks like it leads to a back room.
Oh, definitely got to go back there then.
Okay. So you make your way back there, you pull back the curtain, and you see the barrel of a blunderbuss pointed directly at your face, with a tiny gnome down at the other end. What are you doing in here? This is my shop.
You need a fire opal?
Would you happen to be selling jewels?
I normally sell jewels, but everything's been ordered shut.
But we really, really need to buy one.
Get out of my store.
My apologies. I'm gonna knock him over.
Okay. go. That's a takedown maneuver. So just coordination. Okay, I will resist, probably very poorly. Yeah. So boom, you knock him. You knock him down. The gun goes tumbling out of his hand. He hits the ground with a thud. You got him on the ground now.
I will. Again, terribly sorry, but I'm gonna sit on him.
Okay, so you, big rotund dwarf, takes a seat on top of the gnome. He's like, "Get off of me, you big ug! Oh, this is you vigilantes. I knew that you couldn't be law keepers."
I'll look around to see if there's a safe nearby or in the wall under the desk. Just everywhere, really.
You go into the back and
part.
you see in the back room that he's got bags of stuff back there that it looks like he's gathered up and set in the back. He doesn't so much have a safe, but you go there into the back and you see he's gotten everything all bagged up and tied up, anticipating that there might be looters.
Ah, jeez.
So there's bags. You'll just have to search through them to find what you want.
Kidam, how many do you think you could carry?
I'm certain. I suppose they don't weigh that much, do they?
No, it mostly jewelry. It's a few bags of assorted jewelry and gems. I mean, it's a fair amount in currency worth of jewels and gems. Like, this guy runs like a legit jewelry store. So in Vallandria,
Well,
which is where the aristocracy is. So he's got the good gems. He's got all the good stuff, right? Like, aristocrats can probably shop here. So
what's the value of a fire opal? How much would it?
Not looking it up. I'm not as concerned about that part. It's you got him here if you're going to take one, but if you want to pay him for it, well, depends on how big of a fire opal you're going for. Does it?
The book just says expensive fire opal.
Expensive. So we're gonna lob this thing in at a solid 5 gold crowns.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna say, "Don't worry, you can write it off on your taxes."
Kidam, I will say, Kidam is motivated more about being honorable, so doesn't want to strip this gnome of his livelihood. At the same time, and this is meta, so away from Kidam, it is the idea of, if we give him some gold, maybe he won't be so loud when he won't necessarily alert the authorities to us quite as much. We try bribery or persuasion.
No,
I don't have that much
After
gold.
we've robbed them.
no hordes of zombies this game, Ginkgo. The hordes of zombies are already outside the gates. They're already there, so you don't have to worry about summoning them today.
Reese will look at the. Go ahead.
Felix, take what you need. I did kind of squirrel away some of my gold crowns, so I'll give him. I'll make sure I toss him 3 gold crowns at least to appease his loss.
Yeah.
But I do think we want to make sure anything we might need for more explosions later, or for healing, we should grab. So if there's anything, bandages, laudanum, gunpowder, honeypot.
He doesn't have any medical supplies on him. I mean, he doesn't have anything like that. He sells just strictly jewelry. So
I like the idea that you look under his counter and it's just armaments as far as the eye can see, like a Matrix white room, and it's just like, dude, you're holding out.
he does have a small stash of the black powder needed for the blunderbuss and shot. So I mean, you can definitely take effectively a box of ammo, if you will, for the blunderbuss. So not that I make you count your ammo that much in this game. But
Reese will look to the gnome and say, "All right, I just want a fire opal. Tell us which bag to get it out of, or we just take as many bags as we can carry."
it's in the blue one.
The blue one.
I point to my one eye and I say, "I'm colorblind."
It's the same color as the screen.
Oh.
One-eyed colorblind.
Yeah. I thought this was red. No. Okay. All right.
So there are three colored bags. There's a brown one, a black one, and a blue one. So you open up the blue one and you dig through. And do you know what a fire opal looks like? Wayward Eye.
Yeah, I think I would.
You're Elven, right?
I would. At
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So yeah,
I'll
you've
help look through it.
yeah. The Pumpkin King would identify no problem. He's a former member of the aristocracy. He has most certainly seen jewels and gems in his time. And
I hold it up to him for that nod of encouragement, and then toss it to him.
All right, you toss it over there. Yep, that's what he's looking for. You can only assume it's expensive enough, Reese.
Give it a shot.
You rob this poor gnome of a fire opal, paying about half the price of its alleged storefront value, and take his gun and his ammo and be on your way.
I don't take the gun because I can't carry it. But
if for no other purpose, to make sure he doesn't shoot you with it as you leave.
I definitely keep it away from him. Like,
okay, so you can take it, throw it out the street when you're done, for all that matters.
Yeah.
But
That's what I was gonna say, Justin. The Zeppelins just see it being yeeted out of the door.
now,
look for a back window or something we can run out of. And
for those of you who maybe are not familiar with Zweihander, go ahead, Debbie, while I look this up real fast.
So Kedam's going to take the blunderbuss and the powder and say, "We'll just take this off your hands for you for now. Here you are. Here's something for your trouble," and gives him 3 gold coin.
Okay, so you give him the 3
somebody
gold
would
coin.
take it.
I was gonna see if I could find something really fast. Because only in Zweihander is shopkeeper an actual profession. There's actual rules, and the trait that they get is no mere NPC. That's the trait it gets if you're a shopkeeper. So
I like that.
So on the nose with it, but yeah. So yeah, this poor gnome shopkeeper gets robbed. You give him, like I said, roughly half the value of what the fire opal technically is worth. But hey, it's an expensive one, so it will suffice for the casting of trial by fire when the time comes. You have taken the gun, you toss it away in standard vigilante arrow style, where he just takes the damn thing apart, throws it off to the side.
But I'll want to actually keep it.
Oh, are you going to keep it, Kadam? I'm sorry, did I miss that part?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was planning on keeping it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you've got it. So you sling it up over your shoulder then, and it's a little small for you because it's gnome sized, but you can. It's still a blunderbuss. It'll still function the same. So
Your boomstick now.
I'll carry it. I'll carry it for Reese because Reese, you said you could use it, but it's a little.
I don't know if I could use it.
blunderbusses are simple ranged weapons. They're point and shoot.
Okay.
They're a shotgun. They're the only gunpowder weapon that is not martial melee or martial ranged. So
My main issue is carrying capacity. I'm at max without carrying another weapon.
And it's currently loaded too, though. Correct? The shopkeeper had it loaded.
Yeah. He never fired it. Reese took him down before it could fire, so it's loaded.
Yeah, so it's loaded. So I'm going to go ahead and hold on to it. If I have to use it, toss it to someone. It is being handled as it's a loaded weapon. And so this is going to be simple ranged, one-handed blunder. Okay? I added it to my sheet.
I look at you and I say, "That was a real blunder bust we pulled off there."
So you, not so stealthily, break into a shop. You take down a shopkeeper. You steal one of his precious gems. You give him a few coins for his trouble. And back into the dark of night you go. As you escape out the back into the dark alleys, you can hear the thuds out in the street out front in the spotlight of golem assailants hitting the ground. Dum, 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 dum. You hear moving as they start to enter the gnome's shop, and you hear one of the golem voices. Which way did they go? You realize now you're being hunted.
I would like to go ahead and cast a spell.
Oh.
Steps of the Past, which will erase our tracks as we're fleeing.
Oh,
I
excellent.
think it affects all of us.
I will go with that. That sounds like a fantastic plan. Because trackless
equal to my WB.
trackless step, the general spell only does you. So it would make sense then that you have a upgraded version of the spell as a prayer that would affect everyone. So
Nice.
otherwise, it would be the same spell,
Is me and a number of allies equal to my willpower bonus.
which is more than 3. So you're
And that's let's see, what difficulty is that?
what is the level of spell? Is it a lesser or greater
Is
or petty?
crap, I didn't write it down. I thought I wrote it on all of these, but I did not write it down.
What is it called? That's a prayer of the learner? No, it isn't.
The question is, did I rename it? That's
Oh.
because there were a couple.
So
of
it
them
may
I
be
renamed
trackless waste.
thematically.
It may be trackless waste if it's a general spell. Might exactly be the spell I was referring to, which I thought was only self, but it could be, I guess, maybe for.
I
for
think
a
it's
whole
the.
group.
I think it's a generalist spell.
Okay, then it's probably trackless waste. You renamed it, and that's why I couldn't find it. I love when people do that. I just can't then find what I'm looking for. We are not yet. There's Quote the Raven. I had to look it up earlier today. Yeah, Trackless Step is the name of the spell.
Yeah.
A
that
jar of
is. And
Epsom
it's,
salt sprinkled in your wake, 3+ willpower bonus in hours. After successfully casting a spell, you and a number of allies equal to your willpower are able to pass over surfaces such as snow, mud, vegetation without leaving any trace, such as, So yeah, basically that's what it'll work for you and the group and that makes it a easy spell to cast.
And I do
Because
have Epsom salt.
all generalist magic are considered petty magic for the purposes of difficulty, so that's easy. That's failed, though.
No.
Would you like to spend one of them fortunes to try this again?
Yeah.
All right. I love it when the fortune rains down early in a session.
There we go.
Ooh.
Oh, critical. So,
Triple duration.
as you're running out the back, Raven pops open his jar of Epsom salts and begins tossing it over his shoulder. Over both shoulders. I don't know, like he's just tossing it, and as he does so, it everything behind you as you're running, you see puddles suddenly just go back to no ripples in them, and everything just like becomes static in your wake.
As he does that, I see that it's a fine white powder being tossed, and I catch some of it and snort it.
It's salt.
Ah, Jesus, why?
It burns.
Ah.
I'm covering our tracks. Just run down an alley or something.
With a critical success, you'll be able to make your way to wherever you're headed next.
Which, with his opal, he is amenable to go where they all desire, even if he would rather not. So,
In the pharmacy.
yeah.
To the Pharmacia. You head down the strip. It's not too far away before you find yourself a pharmacy. With a critical success on a trackless step, you'll be able to easily elude the Zeppelins and the Golems that are all down there going door to door looking for you. You have wandered off a few blocks and you find it wouldn't be so much a pharmacy. You would find an alchemist shop.
Okay.
And this is last hours, so you're going to be able to get in. I just need to know what all do you want?
Laudanum, Quicksilver, and smelling salts.
Okay. I'll let you find 5 of each.
Excellent.
If you want to clear this guy out without paying, I will let you find 5 of each, and we will just call that a simple. We're just going to say you're all up to about 3 corruption at this point for breaking, entering,
There.
general thievery. Whoever
I
runs
think
this
I'll
show.
go ahead and I'll take 1 laudanum and 1 smelling salt right now.
Okay, so you'll take your laudanum for the day. You only take 1 per day, so that'll heal you back 1 level. It also adds another corruption, so you're up 1 more than everyone else.
Yep.
Where's the corruption at?
It's the center circle of your alignment. It resets at
Oh,
0
got it,
every
okay.
game and starts counting new.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I get 3 or do I get 2? Because I did give up 3 gold.
You're still at 3.
I look at the virtual ticker above your head go to 3 as well as mine and say, "See, you shouldn't have parted with that gold."
It might make you feel better, but you know that you still didn't pay full price for something when you took it. Like that's like when you go in and you buy a Coke, but you've stuffed candy in your pocket. Like it doesn't really
Well, his blunderbuss from him.
Yeah, and the blunderbuss, you got it too. So yeah, you're definitely at 3. So
Dustin, who would do that at the self checkout? Who would ever do something like that?
Yeah,
never.
It's the same people who smuggle the candy into the theater when that's how they make their money. I mean, they don't make any money off the ticket price. I mean, they make it off of food sales. Like, who would do such a thing?
I am trying to get into heaven, okay?
We don't know what your real life corruption numbers are up to, but I have a feeling that D10's not rolling over it. So, so you guys have made your way. You found some medical supplies; those might be handy later on. And you have made your way to the palace. You have hours of time, and you have maybe at best spent 1 hour of willpower bonus worth of hours. How many hours is that you are currently trackless stepped? What's your willpower bonus, Raven? Like 10?
10.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just looked at everyone's sheets today. So, so 10 hours of not being able to be tracked. That's going to make stealth super easy. Of course, you can be seen. You know, there's a lot of other. We're gonna kind of hand wave a bit of that with a critical success on a very long lasting spell. You're able to slink your way through the streets to the palace. You can scale the walls of the palace if you want to. You know where the barracks is. Currently, there are no inept guards on the wall. They all seem to be at posted. They're not patrolling around. They're at post looking. But you guys, super vigilante mode, super stealth. You are able to elude the quote unquote inept guards.
Nice. So anybody else? We're just gonna climb the wall, right? Like I'm good for that. How about y'all?
I wouldn't mind a decent nap,
Oh.
preferably at a house of ill repute.
Oh,
so you guys are not going to go to the palace first.
I mean,
Wait, I don't know what to use all our stealth and willpower on somebody getting.
All right, fine. Let's go visit Zelina then.
Laying some pipe.
It's all the same place. So, where I may not realize that he didn't go with you on that mission. He doesn't realize that the cultist is literally in a harem.
you know,
Currently doped up and in a dream-like fugue state. Like,
So are we going... Do you want to go there to get
hey, Frenchie.
drugs or to deal with Zelina?
Both. But deal with Zelina in a much more friendly fashion. I don't think quite slitting her throat yet is a good idea.
Well, I agree. I'm just trying to make sure we're all on the same page here. So you're just going to see if you can acquire some of her stock, he says, trying not to sound overwhelmingly disapproving, but not succeeding.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly that.
So with
So we're going to buy drugs, I guess.
with that, the vigilantes veer left to head towards the slum district where the harem known as the Red Herring is, where you found her last time. And in vigilante fashion, you're running from rooftop to rooftop, eluding all those zeppelins. No one can find you. You're like Ghost. You find your way in through some other hatch, so you don't even have to go through the front door because you've been there and you know your way around now. You've cased the joint, and next thing you know, boom, you find yourself in the Red Herring. The cultists all look at you like, what? But you've been there before. So you can, of course, catch the attention of the head cultist, Mercutio da Silva, the Augur of Huttenberg, the former Augur of Huttenberg. He is no longer Augur of Huttenberg. Huttenberg has been sacked. But he is there, and he sees you all come back in, and he kind of turns your direction and quickly puts up his hood and puts his mask on, his veil, per his station, so you do not see his face, because you're not supposed to. But you snuck up on him because you're vigilantes like that. So he quickly shrouds up and comes your direction. You see the other cultists are all kind of doing the same. They quickly throw their hoods and everything up, and he comes over and says, "How can we be of service to you this time of night, vigilantes?"
Witchstone essence, as much of it as you can spare, to bring down the Emperor.
No, businesses are supposed to be closed right now. Emperor's orders.
You know we're criminals, don't you?
You are now.
We always were. Or, well, not always. I always was.
Me too. I was always pretty shady.
I expect such things from the likes of you, Felix, and he looks over at Raven. I'm a little more surprised the learner would be on board for such atrocity. But if it's mind-altering drugs that you want, you have come to the right place.
I do not specifically condone. However, as you've undoubtedly noticed, things are fairly dire right now.
Oh, desperate indeed.
I don't condone it either, and I start picking rock salt out of my nose.
So yeah, he walks over and he goes to a counter and he pulls open a drawer and he starts taking some stuff out and setting it there on the counter. It's in really nice, what appear to almost be carved bone, like ampules. We don't carry them in glass. They're too fragile, easily broken. Once he turns around and holds them out to you, they appear to be like the long finger-like bones that have been hollowed out.
Do any of these happen to belong to a high lector of a religious sect?
There's only one high lector left.
Well, do any of these happen to belong to an archmage of any sort?
Not likely.
One can't help but try, but thank you very kindly.
But if you would require a hand of the Emperor, I would pay a pretty penny for it.
If you were to do the same, as would I.
Now, for these ampules of essence, which I assume is what you have come here for, what do I get in return?
One hand of the Emperor, to be paid later.
Well, then we have a deal. Bring me a hand of the Emperor.
Why does the penny need to be attractive? You said it was a pretty penny, and I'm a little confused. Like, any penny spends, right?
He dangles the 5 vials of witchstone essence into your hand, Felix.
5. Oh, yes.
I suppose that would be enough to cover the 4 of you and your compatriot.
Yes. Speaking of which, he's probably waiting for us back at the hideout. I'll hand a couple vials to Raven, or at least I'll offer them to him.
He just shakes his head.
I'll stuff them all in my pocket then. By the way, these
Don't do drugs, kids.
By the way, these people with the things over their faces, do any of them happen to be actual working persons of this bordello?
No.
Do you have any at this bordello? Working persons?
I'm afraid this entire thing is a front for our witchstone essence operation.
Okay, that makes sense. Please tell Zelina to not summon any hired demons while we're gone.
She's still lost in her dreams. If she were conscious, we may have fled Vallandria by now.
Interesting. Well, Mercutio, thank you very kindly for the business. I'll return with, let's see, would you prefer left or right?
It does not matter.
I'll give you the left hand. I'll take the right one.
May the speed of all the gods be with you.
Yes.
So you exit the... Oh, you get...
I'll exit and then I'll say, well, gentlemen, lady, I'll be on my way. I'll meet you at the palace in, say, an hour?
They're all kind of just looking at you like, okay.
I'll just give a little wave, but see ya, and I'll run off.
Pumpkin King takes off with 5 Witchstone Essence in his pocket. Still covered by your spell. He does not have to stay in your presence. So, are you guys letting him run off, or?
And then I'm just gonna run after and try to keep up.
Okay. So, what this will boil down to is if you're going to attempt to stop him, you'll have to do a perilous stunt where you're just following.
I'm trying to go along with. Like, I think that this is the plan. Like, I'm like, oh no, we're stealing, and I'm running with him.
Okay, so you taking off to stay up with him. Are you trying to lose him, Pumpkin King, or the Wayward Eye seems to be on your tail?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Kadam? Pumpkin King takes off. Wayward Eye takes off. You and Raven are standing there kind of looking at each other like, where are they going?
I'm just looking at Raven and going, what should we do? Because Kadam's not the purpose tool in the tool
go
chest.
wait for them at the palace.
Okay.
He apparently has some things to take care of.
All right. So Raven, you're going to head towards the palace. Kadam?
Yeah, we're obviously not going to go like into it by ourselves or anything.
Yeah, you can go hunker down outside the wall, find a decent spot. Like I said, you got trackless step for a number of hours.
Yeah, Reese is going to do the very unwise thing of giving him the benefit of the doubt and allowing him to go off by himself.
Wait, a question though. If we split up, do we all 4 still have it? Or is it just...
Yeah. It was cast on all of you, so you all have it for 10 hours.
But it's
so
not
you've got time.
Not a problem. Okay. I'm going to go with Reese to the...
On a critical, it triples the duration. You actually have it for 30 hours. I just noticed on the spell it says it right there on the screen. Because in
that case, I go to the sewer, escape Vallandria, and just escape.
I was going to say, I don't know, maybe.
I was about to say, I catch up to Felix and say, I think we do have time for that brothel.
Well, good, because that's where I'm going.
All right, so where's Pumpkin King head to then, while those two head towards the palace?
I'm looking for, basically a brothel, a place with all the trappings of a place where ladies and gentlemen of the evening frequent for business.
If there's anything we've learned about quarantine and shutting down, is there's always at least one place that won't shut down when they're supposed to. So you're able to find one that's still open and operating, and it's actually busier than you anticipate because it's the only place to go.
Absolutely.
There's a fair number of people on lookout. They've got essentially their hands on the light switches, if you will, ready to flip and make this thing look as shut down as possible if any of those zeppelins start to get too close. But in the meantime, you can tell they're doing their best to not look open, but also be open at the same time. So
cigarette trays, no sir, these are candy bar trays.
Right. So you find one and you go in, and it's a pretty busy place.
Cool. I'm going in. I think I'll go in my Pumpkin King regalia, except just, mask off so that I look like a burnt-up me.
Okay.
I don't want to be recognized in my vigilante form in here.
Sure.
And I don't think I'll be recognized in my civilian form in here.
Yeah.
I will, I'll approach one of the people in charge of the place and ask if there's an empty room and an employee that nobody particularly appreciates the company of here.
He points out one gal over there that you see is working extra hard trying to lure a couple of guys, but you can tell they're just not that interested.
Real scumbag, that one, huh? All right, thank you.
The bouncers just kind of point like, whatever, man. They're busy trying to keep a lookout for dragoons and golems.
I'll look back to Wayward Eye, whether he's in the building or like lurking outside.
Are you going in with him, Wayward Eye?
Yeah, I'm tailing along this whole time. I think that this is the plan.
Well, I'll approach the gal that nobody likes apparently, and I'll say, I'm going to rent a room, and I would like it if you would accompany me.
She kind of takes a drink from one of those guys that she was trying to talk to and chugs it down real quick and puts it back down there on the table. And she goes, okay, right back this way. She walks
Excellent.
over and they get a key from behind the bar. Bartender hands a key and she starts to lead you off upstairs.
And I'll look at the Wayward Eye and I'll say, see you in a couple.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, and I'll just go to the bar and get a drink.
So you're very awkwardly sitting there at the bar.
Yeah.
And occasionally, some elven female walks up there and starts trying to talk to you to get you to buy her drinks, this sort of deal. And you're just kind of awkwardly there while Pumpkin King, I guess. And, what are you attempting to do? Are you wanting your fortune point for getting lucky or?
No. What I want is a whole shitload of corruption. And I think I'm going to get it.
Okay.
And as this is happening, the reason the girls keep coming up to me is because my lazy eye makes them think I'm making eye contact with all of them.
Oh, God.
Okay. So it just keeps happening over and over. And all right, so you'll gain another couple of corruption for while you're here. I assume if you're just partaking normally, you'll just gain the 2 corruption.
No, because I have a couple of spells.
Uh-oh.
One of them requires a horrible bit of reagents, and another one requires an absolutely tremendously, legitimately immoral to the point of uncomfortability reagents.
Well, let's talk about what it is you need, and then we'll figure out what you have to do to make these things happen.
Okay. I need, first of all, I need a candle made of humanoid fat.
Oh. Okay.
And I also need a ball of earwax made from either a slain prostitute or a dead pimp.
Oh, yeah.
It's a real shame how this happened. Yeah.
Brendan's face.
Yeah.
Brendan gets this look on his face, and he starts to say something. He realizes he's muted. He's like, fuck, and he hits the button.
Yeah.
Hits the button to turn it
Because
on.
it's a real shame you didn't talk to me. I have all that stuff in my snack. I have it ready to go at all times.
So, okay, so you, I take it then you're obviously going to have to kill this lady. So you go up there. She's not going to be able to put up a fight. You have your weapons on you. You're able to do this. We need a tradecraft roll for the making of a candle, though.
Well, I was just going to, let's see. Tradecraft.
And if you don't have a dot in it, that's flip to fail, because candle making isn't.
It is.
Fat just doesn't become a candle. You gotta make that.
Oh, whoops. Let me readjust my difficulty rating there.
We'll say it's standard. The question is whether or not you're trained in it, which is going to make it flip to fail, most likely.
No.
Yeah. Ooh, a 4?
That would be
Or
a
a
40.
40.
40 through, so.
So you're, with the supplies you have on hand, and a bit of luck from the gods of chaos, from the abyssal prince that you serve. You craft a candle, and you take some of her hair as a wick, and you make this thing, and boom, you have a candle made from her fat in a bloody crime scene up in room 1A.
And that's why it doesn't pay to serve the Princes of Chaos. They're evil.
And
well, one of them is less evil than the others, but that's not the one I serve. So
I like how you go upstairs and murder someone and you take the moral stance. That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
So for premeditated murderers, an entire 9 corruption.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give you a bonus 2 for making stuff out of their parts.
Yeah. Was that a bonus TWO or TOO?
TWO 2 for the.
Okay.
And an additional bonus 2 if you used her services before you killed her.
No.
Okay. I am not. Whatever it is you're going to do, you're going to do. But if that's what you got to do to get your reagents, that's what you got to do. So you got those done. You're going to take a buttload of corruption from it. And
yeah.
There's a base in there you can kind of clean up in a bit, as it would be a custom in most of these kind of facilities. So you got a small wash base in there, and then you leave, and you figure you got about 5 minutes before somebody's gonna find out what's going on there.
Yep. I'll walk out as if everything that happened was supposed to happen, pat Wayward Eye on the shoulder, and make my way to the door.
Wayward Eye, you can see that he's got his black attire is clearly soaked with some liquids.
Yeah. I'm gonna promptly put down my beer, pay for it, and do a 180 and get the fuck out of there.
So you both will exit the brothel. You leave a little tip there for your bartender, and out the door you go, still with trackless waste, trackless step is really the only thing keeping them from him having bloody footprints and everything else just down through the entire facility. So he's still taking full advantage of Reese's spell as he does this. You don't get too far down the street before you hear the blood-curdling scream of another girl who probably just discovered a body of an acquaintance, if nothing else, and you hear a rustle and bustle going on there. But nobody's going to venture into the streets after you. They couldn't find you if they tried, because you have trackless step for a day and a half. so you can easily go rendezvous with the others at the rendezvous point, probably vowing with each other to never speak of this again. And
it's fine. Nobody liked her. It's fine.
We were Kedam and I were talking that during all this, we would at least be casing the joint out and trying to find the stealthiest way to get up and avoid all the guards, since we've got time, apparently.
You do. You have a little bit of time. This whole thing probably took a half hour for them a half-hour detour before they make it back to you. So you guys make your way to the palace. Like I said, you see the guards are not patrolling. There's guards stationed every so far down the wall, more like a military formation would be for active duty versus the just passive. Occasionally a group wanders along the wall, just waving the emperor's flag around. This is a high alert sort of status. And again, the critical success for 30 hours worth of trackless step is going to carry your stealth most of the way through anywhere you would like to enter. So as far as casing the joint, that's what you guys will see when you get there. As a small bonus, over the it's over the whole city. And you really hadn't noticed because you spent most of your time just keeping an eye on those zeppelins and those searchlights. You hadn't really noticed that the winds picked up a bit, and there's a bit of kind of dark, boiling like clouds that are covering the whole city, and it just looks like a storm kind of starting to move in.
So how do we feel about like immediately trying to do the thing we were supposed to do? Storm's weird.
Time is against us, and storm cover could only help what we're going to do, I would imagine.
Might wash some of the blood off our Frito Bandito here.
Did you encounter some sort of trouble?
I did not. Well, shall we go?
Right. It will be a easy stealth check to make your way down the wall using trackless step. Is going to make this easy instead of hard, as it was last time. So you guys will just make a series of easy stealth checks there for the group, and you will make your way to where you want to be, assuming that's where you want to go. Oh, look at that.
So,
We got 2 successes.
All right.
All right, that's a success. And a critical success. Everybody's got successes. There's critical successes. You guys are in full vigilante mode. You grappling hook your way up. You do the old school 60s Batman and Robin. Walk up the wall. You flip up over onto the edge. Yeah.
And it's obvious work. Yeah.
You guys make little distractions. You know, Obi-Wan style. Guards turn. You sneak around the backside of it. You're hiding in shadows. You're ducking. You're flipping up into things where you need to be, hanging up into the rafters while they walk underneath you. You know, all those good, super cool stealth, Mission Impossible style bullshit, vigilante work that you're doing. And you know where you're going. You've been there. So you make your way down those corridors to the large sets of wooden doors that lead you directly into the research and development wing of the palace. Awareness checks. Standard.
Okay. There.
My rolls today are already terrible.
There you go. Get those out of the way now.
Yeah.
So I saw a success in there with somebody. Debbie Snack's got a success.
me and Debbie,
Pumpkin.
yeah.
Yep. You 2 are the first 2 to get to the doors. So you get to the doors, and being the first ones to the doors, standard breaking and entering protocol is, you take a moment to put an ear up to it, and you can hear what sounds like tempest winds howling on the other sides of these doors. You can hear the cackle and crunch of lightning. And a weird noise you're not entirely sure what it is. You can only describe it as pieces of parchment, perhaps blowing around in the wind.
Someone's in there doing something dastardly. And perhaps magical at that. I'll go ahead and I'll pull out an ampule of witchstone and I'll snort it down.
All right, you have 1 automatic cast for success at some point in the next 24 hours.
How much corruption is one of these again?
Oh, that's 9
Okay.
for taking Witchstone Essence.
I like how he's just stacking this stuff.
Yeah. That puts me down to 4 more ampules of witchstone essence, and I've got 4 more rankings to go.
I think he can make it. So,
Going for the goal.
if Reese is a good boy for this game and the next one, he'll actually gain a fate point right as the game ends. So you got 1 down. You take it out of that finger bone and you just put it right up there and just up the old nose pipe it goes. And you take your 9 corruption and woo, you get the head rush. You kind of cough a little, and that green mist from Witchstone sort of comes out your mouth when you cough a little from it.
You go full pro wrestler and go like, "Oh, what a rush!"
Do the Triple H.
Yeah.
He's more like Macho Man from the beef jerky commercials. Stop into it. Oh yeah. So there you are. You're all loaded up with corruption. You're loaded up with your spellcast drugs. What would the Vigilantes like to do next? How would you like to proceed?
Course of action? Bust in, be big heroes, and just fight everything that moves.
Perhaps get a look at what they're doing before just announcing ourselves.
That
would-
makes perfect sense.
I wasn't planning on announcing nothing. Did you all tell us what you heard at the door, by the way? The people that got there first?
It's something dastardly's in there, and it sounds magical.
That's what he said.
Oh.
Kadam hasn't said anything.
Okay. Dastardly and magical. That sounds like you two's purview. I'm gonna stab stuff if I can, though. So I'm thinking quiet's good. Quiet's good.
Quiet is good for stabbing, yes.
Yeah.
At least
We still have a bit of stealth upon us, though, don't we? I mean, there might be. It's the only entrance into this room.
so I think maybe try to sneak our way just inside
Very well.
to at least get eyes on what this is before we just
Good
All
thinking.
right. Well, it's going to
Wait.
be...
Are you being biased? Because I only got one, and you said put eyes on it. I mean, I can lend one eye on it.
amongst
are
us
you
we have
taking-
many eyes.
I'll accept this.
So I'm gonna do easy. I'm gonna roll stealth, and that would be easy, correct?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
stealth is
gonna
easy.
try to quietly open the door.
Okay. You start to quietly open the door, realizing that the power of the trackless step spell is going to mask any sound that it would have creaked or made. But you don't even get the door halfway open before tempest winds rip the door, like opening a screen door on a super windy day, and it just rips the door right open and boom, up against the wall, mysteriously making next to no noise. You feel your hair is like blasted back from the winds that now start to hurl down through the hallway behind you coming from this room. Now that the door is open, you can all hear it. You can hear the crackle of electricity pouring through the room and what sounds like thuds hitting the ground and the distinct sound of something that sounds like it's on fire burning. But you see no smoke. If you don't remember, I will describe quickly the room before we go to the map.
Okay.
You guys come into a overview platform, if you remember, that looks down into the hangar, down into the observatory. You remember that you peered around the edge of the wall when you went there the first time, and you saw the maester down there. There was a large triangle of containment that was holding the Light Eater, and they were using it to produce Witchstone to fuel the city. So that was what you saw the last time you were here. You'll see a map of it in a second. It'll be more clear, but all you need to know at this point is that's what you're expecting to see when you go through these doors. So when you walk out, you can see ahead of you the catwalk, and you can see where you guys looked down over the last time into the observatory, and you can see everything coming from that observatory area.
As I see the catwalk, I say, too sexy for my sword. Too sexy for my sword. And, the catwalk, and all that.
Oh.
So, yeah.
So we are gonna flip over here to the Roll20 screen because we're gonna go to a map, and we're gonna need initiative. So why don't you guys work on that while I get this all set up?
All right.
I always forget. Can somebody remind me how that works?
It is
I'm the worst.
it is a D10 plus your initiative modifier, which is on the second page. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Oh, hold on. We're in the right one here. There we go. All right. You guys make your way down to the catwalk. And what you see before you Surrounded in a ring of blue fire, you see Maester Bravo von Helfrich. He has his copper rod on a pedestal next to him. You see his crystal ball that he, always uses. On this side, you see he has a model of what you can assume is a miniature. You guys never saw the one in Huttenberg, but he has a much larger version of it in Huttenberg. But this is a smaller, what would be like a model of the solar system, if you will. The known planets and their orbits. And you can tell those are devices that he uses to calculate time. And for his calculations, he has a small table over here with some arcane equipment on it. On this side of the room over here, you see a tinkerer's workstation where a gnome that you recognize as Nigel is currently hopped up on top of the table. You notice over here is the large telescope for the observatory. You see tables of partial bodies that are being mended together with golem technology, almost more cyborgish than full-on golem. It looks like those are in mid-work. And what you notice also is that across from you is that triangle of containment, and you can still see the light eater contained inside of it. And it looks as though the Maester is struggling in the midst of some sort of arcane spell, and it has whipped up an entire tempest inside the room. You can see lightning is arcing from him to the various devices around the room, and because the floor is a grate like metal, you can see that lightning is channeling through the grate floor in arcs throughout the room. You don't have to be much of a scientist to know that if you were to hop down onto that floor, you might be at the risk of getting shocked. This other thing over here that you see is a large temporal rift that is opened. You can assume from the Maester's spell effect that he has going on. Out of that rift, you see pouring out and hitting the floor, every few seconds another one falls through, is another copy of the Manifesto of Destiny.
Oh no.
Just another one of the books. Just boom. Another one hits the floor. That was the thumping paper-like sound you were hearing. It boom, hits the floor and it opens up. And then another one falls through and hits the floor. And there's a pile there of 20 to 30 of them. Copies of that book just hitting the floor. I would say there's a good chance that Pumpkin King would be the one who'd understand this the quickest by seeing it, just because he is an arcane caster versus a divine one. That what the Maester has done has literally reached into a multiverse of worlds in an attempt to retrieve the book after you stole it. And his is literally... He has gone into and back out of several time streams retrieving copies of this book.
No.
And something seems to have gone wrong.
Oh.
And we got initiatives now that we need to put into the tracker, so let's get that done. No, not a roll. I need the initiative tracker. Where are you at, initiative tracker? There you are. Pumpkin King. It's an 18.
18.
You're all super fast and stealthy today. Look at that. 17 for Kadam. Wayward Eye is 15. Deadly Dandy will just... Sorry, Dandy. And 13 for... Let's add... Mr. Bravo. Do horrible. And we'll add this one for We're just gonna say demons for the sake of it. Perfect.
I don't like that much.
Perfect. 1. I like that. That's great. If you're gonna roll crap, initiative is the best time to roll like crap. Okay, so top of the order. So, top of the order, you guys all have tokens down there. You should be able to control them. What would you like to do? Who is it? Pumpkin King. 3 AP.
Let me check something out here real quick.
As he's doing that, I look at and kind of discern what's going on, and I say, I mean, even I can see that this is a bad idea.
I don't think there's any way that I can gain his attention from here, nor would I want to. If I step on the floor, I could be shocked if I look around. Let me check my skills, actually. See if something could give me some sort of insight here.
Need some inspiration on what to do.
Yeah. I suppose scrutinize. I'd like to sort of get a handle on the situation.
All right.
Maybe look for a way that I could possibly approach
I like it.
Helfrich.
I like it. Go ahead and make a standard scrutinize.
Oh, excellent.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing.
You're looking around. You're just like, wow, this is a mess. What in the heck is he doing? You don't notice anything particularly feasible to you at the moment. That's 1 AP. What would you like to do with your other 2 AP?
Oof. Well, for my second AP, it's probably powered by Witchstone. That would be a bad idea. I want to pull out my. I'm going to step behind Kidam so as to use her to block the wind. And then for my third AP, I'm going to pull out my candle of human fat and a match.
Okay.
I'm going to use my pyromania to gain an additional AP by taking on 3 more corruption.
Okay.
And I'm going to light this candle and peering over Kidam's shoulder, I'm going to try to cast Guttering Flame.
Okay. Go ahead. And what level of spell is this?
This would be a lesser spell.
Okay, so it starts at standard.
But I'm going to go ahead and use that Witchstone essence I've got.
So critical success.
Yes. Guttering Flame on Helfrich.
Okay, so it's automatically a critical success. So what happens on a critical success?
Alright.
He gains a
One
mutation.
foe immediately suffers 2d10 plus willpower bonus and damage from fire. I can inflict injuries with this, but instead they gain a mutation called the Taint of Chaos. This ignores any damage threshold modifier their armor might confer.
Ooh.
Critical success, they automatically gain a Taint of Chaos.
So the 2d10 plus your willpower bonus and damage. So roll those 2d10 plus your willpower bonus.
Check my willpower bonus. Oh, 7. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. So they're going to take 26 damage.
26? Ooh, let me see if he can even survive this. No, sir. So what does your spell actually do? It just, does he go up in flames? Is that what this foe immediately suffers? A pinkish energy twist skyward and blast all who stand nearby. All within the burst template suffer. Okay. So a burst template, is that, what's the range on distance? Any one person you can see. Okay, so you can place it on him. A burst template, thank you, Seraphique. I take a lot of time with my maps. So a burst template will not be large enough to hit Nigel from where you're dropping it. So we will... Let's look up. I've got one here somewhere. I used it once upon a time. Maybe it'll just be quicker to re-look it up. Just do fire. There is a pink flame. I've had it before. Why am I not finding you, fire? Oh well. We'll just go with regular fire for today. That one's not enough fire. Here we go. We'll use this one. Boom. Only it's pink. Imagine it's pink, but pink flames.
And look at all that pink flame there on the map.
Yes. Pink flames immediately erupt in a burst template right there. And you see the maester goes up in flame. You see the you can see the skin and everything just boil off of him immediately. The pink flame is the exact pink flames that are used by the Light Eater. So when things come into contact with them, they don't boil and burn. I've referred to it in the previous games as whenever the Light Eater's flames would touch something, they basically like warp and melt. Like ice cream that's been left out in the sun too long. So you see the maester literally begins to melt. He starts to lose his form and melt until he becomes almost symbolically the same as the candle that you had to light to start this flame to begin with. Your little candle, when you light it, goes up in pink flame, just poof, and you see the maester slowly melts in the middle of his own magic circle. You do this, and then immediately you realize what that means. It is Kadam's turn. Kadam, Pumpkin King pulls out a freaky looking candle, and you're pretty sure that's human hair as a wick, and he lights it with some pink flame, and the maester goes up in flames. The rift does not close. You can no longer see the blue fire on the ground. Lightning still arcs through the entire facility. What will you do in your turn, Kadam?
The Meister's like done, right? He's not.
Yeah, he is.
Kind of reaction that's going to, yeah. And then who did you? And so then we have one person on. We have Nigel on the table or on the podium.
He's over there. He's over there on the podium, clinging to the table to not be on the floor. So he's on top of his workbench, and he's grabbing hold of it, trying not to blow away in the tempest winds that are ripping through this facility.
So so in this room we just have the Maestro who's gone. Nigel's on that table.
Yep.
And then the Light Eater, right?
And the Light Eater is in a triangle of containment, and that triangle of containment is currently red on the screen. I couldn't find green lightning like I wanted for the Witchstone, but you see it's a red triangle of energy, and like a neon bulb that's about to blow, you can see it starting to flicker now that the Maester's gone. Flicker, 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 flicker. And it's about that time, if you stare across with a scrutinize check, Kadam, you may notice something.
Yeah, I'm gonna do scrutinize.
For your
Definitely.
first AP? Okay.
Yeah, first AP is me scrutinize. Routine or standard?
Standard.
Now that I've ruined everything, I'll be right back in just a second.
Okay, so let me do that.
I make all of my maps one 5x5 block at a time, too. So. Oh, you made it. Okay. You look across, you see the Light Eater. The last time you guys were here, you realized it was caught in some sort of magical, like, webbing. It was like a fly stuck in a web. But at no point did anyone ever look for the spider. It isn't till now, Kadam, when you stand there and the maester's suddenly gone, you see a large, ominous-like figure on the other side. It's almost like that triangle of containment is a pocket realm, a window into another realm where the Light Eater's being contained. And emerging out of that hole you see this set of hands grab hold of the bottom of the triangle. And as its body begins to squeeze through, pushing the Light Eater aside, its large bulbous-like body just almost breaks the beams of energy. It's not spider, really. Its legs are less insectoid, and it's more... Think of it more Centaurian, almost more Driderish, but not quite. It's more Ursula in its way that its tentacled-like legs are not arachnid. They kind of slither out with grasping hands at the ends, and it grabs hold of in all these different directions on the triangle, and it's pulling its way through. Two large horns on its head emerge through and break apart. And you see this, what you can only assume is a demon of some manner, emerge, and in one of its tentacled hands, wrapped around and grabbing hold of it, it grabs hold of the Light Eater. And it has it almost tucked under one of its many, many countless tentacled arms as it pulls its way through the triangle of containment. And it looks down at the burning Bravo von Helfrich, and it says, "Your services are no longer needed. The way has been opened." Now, it was your first AP, Kadam. What would you like to do with your second AP?
Yeah, I don't know about the rest of you guys. I'm out of here.
And,
No, just kidding.
And you also notice all that green up there is pieces of witchstone that is poured out of that has, when things have gone wrong, had poured out of that mini realm that they were stuck in. You see this thing just comes out, and it's huge. This thing is big enough that, like I said, it's got the Light Eater under one arm. And it's slithering along.
So it looks like it's retreating, or it's actually entering in.
It's entering your world from whatever realm the Maester had been keeping it in.
Oh, got it. Okay. And
Dion?
Does it see us yet, though, since we're under stealth?
It can see you.
All right.
You're definitely not hidden from it. You're up there on a catwalk in this giant room. You're almost at eye level with it.
Yeah. I would like to know. Okay, so I'm next to everyone, so I can have. I can basically be in a position to shield wall for a colleague, right? But then also the other thing is, the other thing to say is I would like to. Can I do a special action of inspiring words?
You sure can.
Okay.
So that's leadership.
Yep. In a very, I would say, uncharacteristic moment, but more of the looking to the kind of that idiot savant sort of moment and thinking of what others have done that have helped in the past. So that would be, what would I roll for that? For inspiring words?
Leadership is the test for inspiring words. Standard.
That tells you how often Gidam is not the one to do this.
Nope. Usually Raven does because he automatically critically succeeds. But you could. You don't succeed. You try to say some inspiring words and they fall flat in the moment. You got one more AP left. Are you? What are you gonna do with it?
I'm going to hold it.
Okay.
Hold.
So you have a lightning reaction and one AP held. All right then. Wayward Eye, it is your turn.
Okay. Can't get down and touch the floor. All this is going on. He's crawling out of the triangle. I'm gonna do something stupid and fire an arrow at him.
Okay.
I'm gonna aim twice and fire an arrow.
Okay.
So let me make that roll. My longbow, and then I always forget. Is it 2 or 20 for the modifier in the input value when I'm aiming twice, or should I just make it easy?
Just make it easy.
And do it that.
Yeah.
Just make it easy.
Make
Okay.
it easy.
Okay. It hits.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. You hit. Is 3 really all the damage you did?
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
I don't know.
You got to have something added to the 3. Something on your sheet's not correct. Hold on.
Okay.
Because you have to have your combat bonus out of that, I think, or that, or your agility bonus. It might be agility. I have to look at that.
I think it's agility. I think it's agility for this one.
Yeah, it's finesse, so it should be okay. See where it says damage bonus none? That needs to be AB. That's why. Boom.
Okay.
What's your agility bonus on your character?
My agility bonus on this dude is a 9, so that's a
okay, so that makes that actually 12 without any fortune spending. You're at 12. All right, so you fire one arrow into it. It doesn't seem to flinch.
Oh, I look at everyone else and I'm like, I tried. I have 1 AP left with my bonus thing, and I'm gonna save that.
All right, Raven, you got 3 AP.
So this thing walked through almost like that triangle is more of a portal, right?
Yes. You know how triangles of containment work. As a learner, you're well studied in the arcane. You know that a triangle of containment creates... think of it like the Superman movies, when they take the Kryptonians and they put them in the pane of glass. It's a realm, but it's not. At the same time, it's usually thought of as a mirror kind of a realm where you can lock things away. Whenever you create a triangle of containment via the ritual for Summon Demon, you would do so and have to maintain that triangle in order to keep it contained inside that triangle. What you just saw was the person containing the demon inside that triangle die suddenly, who was in the midst of casting his own arcane stuff. And it has weakened the triangle and has basically turned into a portal, allowing this thing to emerge into the world.
So I guess if or when the triangle fails, they'll just be freed then.
The triangle has failed.
So it's gone completely now. It's not there anymore.
Yeah, he busted it. It shattered into witch stone and it's
Yeah.
it's laying all over the floor now in shards of witchstone everywhere.
Well, and the time portal thing is still functioning and spitting out tomes.
It looks unstable, but yes.
Would I, or can I make a check to see if I would think that might now end, or if it's going to get worse?
Okay.
Incantation check. This would be a matter of your understanding of spells. And since this is Summon Demon and it's a greater spell to do so, a greater ritual, this will make it a hard incantation check.
For the planar portal?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was just summoning books.
No, it's all. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's still greater magic. Sorry. Yes.
Okay, cool. So you said it's hard?
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to kind of have to forward you on this. You can tell just by looking at it, it's getting more unstable, but you're not sure if it's going to blink out of existence or become more dangerous. But you can tell it's unstable. And the rapidity at which the books are falling out of it is picking up.
Okay. Then, concerned about that, and not at all sure what to do about these demons, and also kind of terrified of the demon, because he has a thing about that. He is going to run over here, whip out a tuning fork that he is going to kind of stab down onto the grate beneath him, and he is going to cast Dispel Magic on the rift.
Oh, good. Okay, so this is going to... You're trying to undo greater magic. So your spell is Dispel Magic, which is actually petty magic. So you're... that's not going to be a problem. You will... That'll start you out at easy. I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. I think this is going to land at standard. Because I think the difficulty of the spell you're getting rid of in yours, if we take the balance of the two, it puts it right at standard. So I think we will leave it at standard, and you can make your spell roll to Dispel Magic.
Sounds reasonable.
See if you can close the rift. You do. You got a tuning fork. Oh, it has no effect on summoned rituals or creatures.
Oh.
You see that in the print?
Yeah, so I guess the portal still counts as well, I guess it's summoning books at the least.
You try to dispel the rift, and you quickly realize that you can't.
Alright.
I look at you, look at my longbow and how ineffective I was, and I say, "Don't worry, buddy, it happens to all of us sometimes."
This is very not good. That's 3 AP.
Okay. It is Maester Bravo's turn. Maester Bravo burns into a pile of puddly goo as this giant thing comes emerging through the portal. And then out of the rift, holding onto a book. You see another Maester Bravo von Hellfitch falls through the rift, holding onto a book. He looks confused. He looks around. A few seconds later, another one falls through the rift. Boom. He grabs hold of another book. And then he looks over at the other and he sees he has a book. And he reaches over and he grabs hold of the book. He says, "No, the book is mine!" And every few seconds, another Maester Bravo von Hellfitch falls through the rift. And they all begin to fight over the various copies of the book, fighting over which one they believe is the real one. And now you have a pile. You have a pile of Maester Bravo von Hellriches on top of a pile of the Manifestos of Destiny, fighting over which book is the real one. That's his turn. Damon's turn. Again, I'm not moving the Light Eater, but just know that he is currently held by this thing, and this thing marches forward through the room. And he's looking directly at you all. And
what kind of creature did you say he was? So we got the Light Eater, and then he's
I haven't said what kind he is.
Okay, I thought you had described.
I described him, but I did not say what he is.
Got
I
it.
gave a hint clue that the Pumpkin King may figure out, but I have not told you what he is yet. Okay, so this thing, oh yeah, that is nasty. Uh-huh. That's what I thought. Yeah, you guys all have to... where was I seeing it at? Oh, here it is, Sanity Blasting. I knew they had it. When first encountered, these creatures provoke 1 of 3 brands of madness. In this case, that's right, it's terror. So you all have to make hard resolve checks or succumb to terror.
Let's see.
I'm guessing indifference wouldn't count for this because it's not just gore; it's something more than that.
Oh yeah, this is not indifference.
Yeah, okay.
This is supernatural. If you had a, you pass.
Just hard resolve. Okay.
Yeah, hard resolve. Ooh, Brendan made it.
Oh, you know what? I actually rolled that as easy, so that should be.
Oh, you added 20 instead of minus 20.
Yeah.
You know what? 19's still going to be under.
Yeah, it
You're
will
still
be.
fine. So.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
You guys are just some stout vigilantes today. Look at that. It's everybody. Nobody gives no shits about no fear. You guys are fearless today. So you're all
I've
standing
got
there.
gallows humor, so I'm using my guile, and I'm just...
you have to crack a joke. To use gallows humor, you have to crack a joke, though. So what's the joke that the Pumpkin King says to lighten the mood with gallows humor?
Oh, God.
I love putting players on the spot when they use gallows humor.
Whoa. No. Something to do with hands? No. Oh God! Yeah, I would not know what to say in this kind of a situation.
Pumpkin King makes some sort of attempt at a pun.
Oh, let's give this guy a hand.
Perfect.
There we go. So you do that, and that alleviates your bit of terror that this thing invokes. And the next thing we have to do is you guys have to roll. This is an advanced risk factor, 4d6. I need 4d6s from each of you.
Okay.
I don't need a total. I need to know if any of them are 6s.
Not for me.
I'm assuming since I succeeded in that check, though, my phlegmatic temperament doesn't come into play.
Nope, this is something completely different.
No, I meant for the last check.
Oh, it didn't matter. You all passed, so it...
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it doesn't matter because I passed.
Yeah. So none of you got a 6 anywhere. Well, that's a damn shame. All right. So
You know what, Dustin? 6 to be you.
Nobody gets any foul mutations today. Your loss. Foul mutations are cool.
I mean, I got all 6s. They were all 6s.
All right. So
Give me 8 of them.
this thing comes crawling through, and it's got the Light Eater wrapped in one tentacle, and it starts to charge its way across the thing your direction.
Oh no.
Actually, we'll get about to there.
Do we, in this moment, do we have the moment to say to one of our teammates, what is this demon? Does anyone know?
Could I roll a folklore check to see if I know anything about it?
Do you have
In
an
my
AP
wandering?
You saved an AP, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Or
yeah.
just your lightning reaction, though?
No, it's just the light. It was just the
Yeah.
lightning reaction one.
No, you have to wait until your turn to use the skill check. So
Okay.
it will make its way there, and you see it. It pulls the light eater up, and it like bites down on it. And you see the light eater kind of writhes out in pain. And as it bites down on it, and it takes a chunk out of it, you can see that pink flame. It like just inhales the pink flame off of the light eater as it takes a bite.
I jab Felix and I say, next time say, it looks like it just had a light snack.
Oh.
Even Reese laughs a little.
We gotta pull him to the token layer.
How many eyes? I scrutinized this earlier. Does it have 2 eyes or 1 eye?
8.
It has 8 eyes. Okay.
But they're not in any pattern. They're just kind of in different places. And the light eater has all kinds of eyes. All of its feathers end in an eyeball that blinks, especially out of its tail plume. So the light eater has a whole nother description when that thing gets loose. But we'll see if the thing actually gets loose first before we worry about that. So he's got this thing. It has taken a level of damage from him. And it's kind of looking up at you all. And it kind of cackles.
Oh. I don't like anything about this.
Top of the order. Light Eater can't do nothing. Nigel's not doing anything. Pumpkin King, it's back around to you.
Well, first off, I'm going to spend an AP to draw an ampule and huff it down.
Another 9 corruption.
Oh, baby. Let's go ahead and mark that down. I've got 3 left. All right, I want to look over Kidam's shoulder and try to suss out what Mr. Large Lad is. Kind of check what I need to roll for that.
That would be
Incantation,
folklore.
education.
Folklore. Standard for you. Well,
For me,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll call it standard. Standard folklore. Would you
Well,
like to spend fortune? Oh, you know what? I haven't erased on this your fortune on this map, but only on the other one. We got to get rid of 2 of those already. You already spent 2, so.
I don't think I will. I think I'll take another 3 corruption to get another AP, just to make good and sure that I'm set. And I'll spend my 3rd AP. First of all, I'm going to shout out into the wind. You owe me big for this. And then utilizing my critical incantation, I'm going to recite the ritual to summon the Light Eater.
Oh. Do you have it memorized?
Yes, I do. In fact, I huffed Witchstone Essence to memorize it.
That's right. So now you're going to speak its name.
Yes.
So to speak its name gives you control over it. So you can issue a command to the Light Eater. He is, however, completely incapacitated. So he can't take actual actions. If you know, through your critical successive incantation, what you would need to do In order to free him would be to resummon him. To do that, you need a circle of power and a triangle of containment to take him from whatever realm he's in, and by speaking his name, force him into that new pocket dimension. And
So I wouldn't summon him directly to me.
you can't summon him directly to you by speaking his name. You have to have a triangle of containment to hold him in. You have to cast you have to do the ritual of summon demon, which you could do because there is a circle of power, but it's currently engulfed in pink flame. The circle of power is right down there. The maester burned up in it like a big lumpy ball of fat.
Well, like a complete and total insane person, I will disregard my own bodily integrity, and I will move towards the pair o demons in an attempt to get past it into the burning circle.
Okay. So, are you spending 2 AP for movement?
Yes.
Okay, then you can double move, and that will include the jump down from where the black shadow is. That's actually a hop down there onto the floor below. So that'll be just a simple coordination check. Easy.
Okay. Easy. Ooh. Watch me flub this.
It's always
Or not.
possible.
Hello? There we go.
Okay, so you hop down, boom, superhero landing. You do a little front roll. You take off running. You get 2 times your movement for a double move for 2 AP for a charge move, if you will. So you can make an additional move if you would like.
Where is my Thunder Talents and Trappings? Yes, movement 9. Okay. So let's see. 1, 2. Well, I would have had to step out from behind Kedam, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
And as you know, when you do a charge or a run move, you provoke attacks of opportunity.
Yes, I do.
So this is its strike. It will hit. And you will feel, I need a d6. Actually, he is large, so that is 2d6. 20 incoming damage.
Ooh-wee.
Can I parry or can I not because he's left my
He
side?
left your side. If he had waited, you could have escorted him down. He can attempt to parry this himself if he has an AP left, but I don't think he does.
Nope.
Do you have lightning
I do
reaction?
not. Nope.
Would you like to spend a fortune to have an AP to parry? People always forget you can spend fortune to gain AP.
Yes.
All right, fine, yes.
Well, let's put it this way. I would have escorted you. So yes, I'm fine with you using a fortune.
Yep, there
I
you
don't
go.
know, but-
So you can make your parry attempt to parry that incoming attack. And you do so.
Oh,
You're running
well,
one of its tentacles.
I accidentally parried it easy, so no, I did not.
Oh, okay. So you did not parry it. Okay,
No.
well, it was worth a try. So 20 incoming damage.
Wait, what did it attack me with? A hand?
A tentacle.
A tentacle. Does a tentacle count as a weapon?
Yes.
Oh, in that case, I'll spend another fortune to just negate it entirely on account of my grim resolve. After I suffer damage from a melee or ranged weapon,
Yes.
I can spend a fortune point to ignore it entirely.
Oh, okay. So you spend another fortune to ignore it completely.
Yeah.
Would you rather do that than parry? I'll just let
Actually,
you
I
the one.
would.
Yeah, that would make more sense. I forgot you had that. So you can grim resolve
Yeah.
just you fortune point it away and you run past him. Tentacles are writhing around everywhere. They've got barbs on some of them. Some of them are hooked. No two of them are the same. One lashes around kind of like a scorpion tail almost, and it right down there, and you just kind of hop up over it as you're running and charging through there and make your way over towards the flame. You get up there to the edge of the circle, of power is still in blue flame, and there's still this smoldering pink flame on the now continuing to melt like ice cream and drip through the grated floor.
Ew.
As you get up there to the edge, you realize if you step inside the circle, while you will be standing inside of the gooey remains of Bravo von Helfrich, you will, however, not be somewhere where you have to be concerned about the lightning that's arcing around on the floor.
Yeah,
So that's the end of your
I was
movement,
hoping
so
to step into it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, you
Or
can...
I suppose I could just stand on top of where he used to be.
Yeah, you can jump through.
Just wade through him.
You'll need another coordination check to not catch yourself on fire.
Oh, yeah. On account of the fire that I put everywhere. Even if I am caught on fire, so be it. Now this will be rolled at standard. Here we go.
So
Yes.
you kind of flip up over the waist-high flames, and you land on top with a splash, almost like jumping into a puddle. And part of the gooey maester's molten like corpse kind of splatters away from you, where you kind of cannonball into the middle of him.
Mm.
You didn't have to burn me
Kadam,
out.
he runs off. You see him just, through sheer resolve, just dodge all these whipping tentacles that are lashing about.
Kidam that says, "Beware the toothless hound," and runs through a charged kind of run. Goes not between the demon and the blue flame, but tries to circle around on the right side to get to where Nigel's at. So
Okay.
here, let me okay. So basically, I'm thinking that I'm trying to go from here. What? That's not my line. Like go from here to around, circumvent that up towards that. So how far could I go?
How many AP are you spending for movement? You get one range worth of your movement for every AP you spend. If you do 2 or 3, a charge or a run move, then those will draw attacks of opportunity if you get too close to your enemy.
I'll just do 2.
Okay, so it's a charge move. You do have to make the easy coordination to drop down from the rafters without hurting yourself.
All right, easy coordination. And let's see, not hard, easy. Boom. Oops. Okay.
Okay. So you fall. You'll take a D10 plus 1 fall damage. 2. It's not even enough to break your damage threshold. You land a little weird. You don't quite nail the superhero landing. You kind of jar your knee a little, but you're okay. You take off running for whatever 2 times your movement worth of squares is. You'll find that on your talents and trappings page. So go ahead and move yourself into position there.
Okay, so that would be talents and trappings. My movement is 9, so that would be 18 yards or 18 squares.
Yeah. So 18 squares.
18 squares. Okay. All right, and I don't know if I can move mine. I don't
You
think
should.
I have control.
I thought I gave everybody permission. Hold on, let me check. Oh, hold on. You're not the Pumpkin King. You're
I'm
Kadam.
the great. Pumpkin
There.
King's awesome.
Now try to move you. I may or may not have had you set as Pumpkin King.
Okay, so one is my drop down.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, no, my drop down, but then I can move 18. Right?
Yes.
So go. What? Okay, let me count in English. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so there's. I think that should be. Come on. Oh, because the cards won't let me get over there. But so 9 should be about there. And then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Okay, I think, doesn't even have to check for me because it won't move where I'm trying to because of the cards.
Okay, so where do you want it to go? You want to?
I think that's probably right about.
Yeah,
is
that
about
looks right.
8? Okay, that's good.
You just got to zoom out, and then you can.
Oh, whoops. Okay, let me zoom out. Oops. Yeah, okay, zoomed out too much.
Then you won't be behind the cards.
Oh, yeah. So right there.
Okay, so that is your turn. You've double moved. Did you have any extra action on your AP you were gonna do? That was 2 for the double move. Did you take any other actions?
Is the drop down considered one?
No, it's just part of your movement.
Okay. So that means I have lightning reaction and one more I can still hold, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna hold them.
Okay. Oh, Wayward Eye.
Okay, so I am going to also do a double move. So I'll have to make the coordination a drop down.
Oh, hold on, real quick. Kadam, you are just on the middle grate floor. So you have to make a hard coordination to avoid the arcs of lightning that are flowing around through the floor. Since you end your turn in a dangerous spot.
Okay.
Hard coordination. So.
Hard coordination.
Yeah, and also can I essentially do like hardened resolve though with one of my banked APs?
What are you gonna do with it?
Just hardened resolve against if the demon tries to, influence me in any manner.
Grim Resolve?
Yeah, Grim Resolve?
You don't have Grim Resolve, do you? Say, you have to be human to have Grim Resolve.
Oh, I'm an ogre, so yeah, you're right.
You're an ogre, so you definitely don't have that.
I thought I had something that was related. Oh, I just have standard resolve. That's all I have.
Yeah, I was looking to see if you have anything.
Vikinger. What is Vikinger?
That's for actual ranged projectiles. You can't shield block lightning bolts that are arcing through the floor.
Okay, that or indifference. Okay, so I am going to.
Oh, you got Spirited Charge though. Whenever you charge a run, you don't provoke opportunity attacks, so you don't have to worry about avoiding him. You can run right past him.
Got it.
Indifference, Night Work, Strangles, Union, Lightning. Yep. None of those are going to help you. So you just got to make the coordination.
Hard coordination.
Yep.
Oh, this
and
is not strength.
Ooh. You take 4, but it's not going to be enough to probably do anything to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. So you catch a little shock from the floor as you're running through. It's nothing bad. That takes us now to Wayward Eye.
Okay. My using 2 AP to move twice, I can make it 1 square closer than Debbie.
Okay.
I'm going to try to use my simple range to do take him down on Nigel.
Take him down? He's already on the table.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
He's not prone, so you could take him down to make him drop prone. Like you could basically fire at him so that he has to lay prone on the table if you wanted.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm still going to do that, though.
Okay. So that would make him actually prone versus not prone, if that's what you're going for. So.
Yeah, I just thought anything we have to do with him might be easier if he's prone first.
Okay, not a problem. So you're going to take him down on him.
Okay.
That is effective. He will resist with coordination, but probably not do so hot. Nope. He is prone.
Okay. That is all my AP aside from my lightning reaction.
Okay.
And that... Do I have to make the same hard coordination check?
Yep, hard coordination.
Okay, I'm on it.
Ooh.
Oof.
A D10 plus 1. It's not going to hurt you either. So that brings us to Raven.
So I guess first thing, can I make a check to see if I have any idea what this demon is?
You absolutely can. It's folklore. Standard. I'm not even making it hard. You guys just can't pass it.
My rolls.
I'll tell you what. I'll fail forward you on this one. but I'm going to drop peril on it. Maybe.
Okay, fair.
Yours is you're pretty resilient to peril, but 2d10 plus 2. Oh, that's 15 incoming peril.
My peril threshold is 13.
So you would take 1 level, but you reduce by 1 level for your stalwart iron will. So I have to do a lot to actually hit you with peril. So, but I was going to take a shot at actually landing peril on you. Now that you see this thing in its whole entirety, and you see there's one thing you know about the occult, in particular the demon princes. The 4 demonic princes, the Prince of Change, the Prince of Decay, the Prince of Pleasure, the Prince of Violence, they all have a pact with each other. They're not allowed to openly attack each other. And there's a reason for that. You know folklore and history well enough as a studied, devout priest of the learner. And one of the things that you ward stalwartly against is that the Chaos Princes united to oust one of their own. There used to be 5. And the original one was the most powerful of all the demon princes. And the other 4 had to band together to keep him out. And he was known now as the Outsider. He is a being of pure chaos and anarchy. So foul that even the other demonic princes could not stand him. His greater demons are known as Numina. And those who follow the Outsider are known as Openers of the Way. And when this thing emerged from the Triangle of Power, it looked at the smoldering body of Maester Bravo von Helfrich and said, "Your assistance is no longer needed. The way is open." So you're quite positive. And that gives you a moment of terror, which you shake off, because you have Iron Resolve, and lots of other I don't take peril abilities. So what would you like to do, now that you know this?
I'm going to do something that's almost certainly not going to work, but I have to give it a try. I am going to continue to move away from it. Well, no, I can't move. That'll use an AP I don't have. So, I will stay where I am. And I'm going to shout out to the various maesters collected around the time portal. And shout out to them. Maesters Baron von Helfricht. The Outsider has already destroyed one of you, for you are no longer needed for it. It will kill all of you and take your book. And try to convince them that he's going to kill them all.
This is going to be a rather arduous test.
Yeah.
An arduous guile test. Because you're lying. You can't. You can't even say that. That would be a lie.
I mean, he did say one of them wasn't necessary, so I assume he's going to kill all of us, honestly.
Well, that could be true, but he didn't kill the first one. The Pumpkin King did.
Oh, yeah. I guess I can't say he didn't kill him.
You can't lie.
I forgot we killed him.
Yeah, Pumpkin King killed him.
So, I don't know. Is there another version of that still makes sense?
Yeah, you might be able to just say, like, you're no longer necessary to him and are disposable. I mean, that doesn't seem like a lie.
Yeah, I guess I can't really do that, because I can't say he's going to take the book either, because I don't know that. So I think about saying it.
My 1 AP is I consternate.
Would you like a 0 AP wait action?
I still have something else I want to do.
Okay.
I will, in that case, I guess, use the AP to move anyway, as I think about how much I really want to convince them to attack it, but they seem distracted by trying to take the books from each other anyway. I really have almost nothing that's going to do anything to this thing. My one good damage spell I just got, I can't use on it because I don't know what its name is, which is a requirement. So instead, I am going to begin a different spell. Begin to evoke a different spell to it, and I will look out and steel myself. Doctrina 13 of the Learner. Let your intent disturb the calm nevermore, for golden is silence in the learner's eye. As such have you wrought, let you fall quiet now, and I'm going to cast Hush on it.
Petty magic.
Try to make it so it can't talk. I don't know if that'll do anything, but I don't know. It might. That's easy?
Yes.
Or routine?
Easy. Okay.
I think it gets to resist that with an awareness test.
Okay. Awareness it is. I was checking. There's some funny rules about resistances with these things, so I was...
I'd imagine so, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you have it hushed.
Really?
Apparently.
Okay. That's all my AP, I guess, because I moved.
Okay. Wow. If you would have critically failed, a demonic cat would have showed up to steal your tongue. That's awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've kind of almost hoped it would happen.
I was like, whoa, wait, a cat?
Throw some more on there.
I was like, wait, that's amazing. I'd never read that before. I was like, wow,
It's
that's
hilarious.
fantastic. Okay, so you he's not saying anything more. It is...
Now, I may have either kept it from using epic abilities, or I just kept it from monologuing and we're all screwed. One of the two.
It mumbles out the monologue.
You see one Maester Bravo von Helfrich takes out a stiletto and viciously stabs another for his book. And when he does, the one he stabs bursts like a statue, crumbles into witch stone. And he's like looking all victorious because he's got the book. Why can't I... Oh, the cards are in the way. Ah, you stupid cards. You were such a good idea, and then you get right in the way all the time. So that one's dead. This one, it's like, haha, looks victorious. And it's about that point when... Bloop. Bloop.
Getting real Spelunky vibes here.
More Maester Bravo von Helfriches, each one different than the last, comes pouring out and scrambles to try to find their book. Demon's turn. The demon can't speak, but it looks at Raven and hits you with a transfixed gaze.
It swiped right.
You have to resist with resolve. You have to resist with resolve or become mesmerized.
I don't like the sound of that at all. Difficulty? Standard?
Does it say? Yeah, it doesn't say. It just says resist with resolve or be mesmerized. So yeah, I guess standard's that. You do it.
Fortunately, it's really high.
So this thing, however, is not stupid. It peers at you, kind of shuffles backwards with all of its tentacles, and two of those, well, one, it's going to take one attack, but two of them lash out to try to stop Pumpkin King, because he knows exactly what the Pumpkin King is going to do by entering a circle. He knows exactly what that is. That's no good for him. So here comes the attack roll.
Oh, bring it, bitch.
Critical success.
Please don't bring it.
Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is no good.
Ouch.
Okay, so that gets 14 added to it. So, that's 30. Would you have a fate point, sir?
Yeah, I do.
You don't anymore.
Well, I mean, that is to say, I don't anymore. Yeah.
Or you can continue to dwindle away fortune with Grim Resolve.
No, I'm going to leave that for everybody else. They need that too. They
Okay.
need fortune.
So your fate point gets taken away as this thing lashes out on what would be otherwise death blows, as you are very nimbly having to, like, duck, bob, and weave to keep from being eviscerated by these Euclidean strikes. That is amazing. I don't know what a hyperbolic fluctuation is, but I want to do one. Where's hyperbolic fluctuation? Does it actually tell me what that is? Well, fine. I guess it just does. It just does damage at a range of 13 yards. Are any of you in range?
And it's a 1 AP load.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have the first one already loaded. It's just a matter of whether you're in range. No, you guys are too far. I made the map too big. Damn me. So, that'll be the end of its turn. We are back to the top of the order with the Pumpkin King.
All right. Am I still hopped up on my last Witchstone, or did I have to use that incantation to know that I needed this circle?
You tried it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to spend an AP to draw another Witchstone ampule.
9 more corruption.
Oh, baby. All right. Then I'm going to utter the incantation with a critical success.
Okay, you're still missing a step.
Am
You
I?
have to make the triangle of power. So you have to use Witchstone to do that. There's plenty of Witchstone over there, but you have to make it. So your incantation roll this turn. Rituals are multi-turn things. They're not a single roll. They're multi-turn.
All right.
So you're successfully created a triangle of power. We will give you a new one. 'Cause I like triangles.
They're nice.
This is the same problem that Zelina had trying to banish the Light Eater initially, was that she had to go through all this setup every round trying to get, and kept critically failing.
Ooh.
So we will give you a fresh triangle of power. We'll even go with a blue one just so you can... Come on now. Go on. You can do it. Okay, maybe you can't. Fine, be that way. We'll try a different triangle. None of the triangles will go onto the map today. Why you gotta be haters, triangle? Hey, there we go.
You know, they're called triangles, not success angles, okay?
Yeah, clearly.
Right.
Clearly. Alright, so here's your triangle. We'll just set it up right there. You got a little triangle there to put the Light Eater in. You can get him summoned.
Oh, baby.
So
How
that
lovely.
that is your first AP.
Oh, that's my second AP. My
Second
first
AP,
one was
yeah.
just-
Sorry to take it. So that's 2 AP and another 9 corruption.
Yep.
Got any clever third AP actions?
Not really. I guess I'll draw my I'll draw. Oh gosh. What was his name? Wolfram. I'll draw Wolfram's stiletto from my bag of goodies
Oh, okay.
for an AP, and then I'll use Pyromania, gain 3 more corruption,
All right.
and store that AP for parrying.
Okay. I dig it. And Kadam, it is back to you. The floor is electrified. Wayward Eye took a shot at Nigel to force him prone onto the table. Maester Bravo von Helfriches are raining from the sky behind you. And in a King of the Mountain sort of battle, are stabbing each other with whatever weapons they have, their staves they're beating each other with, in an attempt to wrangle which book they believe is the one they need. As more books do also continue to fall out of the portal.
Okay. I would like to this area right here
Yes,
is not electrified, right?
correct.
And there's Witchstone right there.
That's all that green up there is Witchstone, yeah.
Okay. I would like to move my movement of 9 squares,
Okay,
which should put me basically about there.
okay.
I'm not sure if it's there because it depends on how you count it, right? So I know there's a difference there. But I do want to be basically that podium, maybe actually right there. Right? I don't know. You tell me.
That's
But
fine.
I want to basically move over here and pick up a shard of Witchstone.
Cool, take a corruption.
Okay. And I will load it into my... I'll take a shard of Witchstone, load it into my hunting bow to fire at the Numina.
So you just want to like slingshot a shard of Witchstone at the... So you're just going for... You don't even need your bow for this. You can just chuck it like a rock.
Okay, I can.
It's an improvised ranged weapon, is what you're doing. Just
Okay.
chuck
Yeah,
a rock.
So I need to first. You said I need to take. You said 1 corruption.
Yeah, for picking it up.
Okay, yeah, picking it up, and then chucking it at him. And you
Okay.
said that would be.
That's simple ranged. It's an improvised ranged weapon, so it's simple ranged.
Okay. At what difficulty?
You are in... Well, you have to be in short range, so there's no range penalty. If you're at medium range, you cannot throw a thrown weapon from any range except for short. So what's your perception bonus?
My perception bonus is... Oh, darn it, I was just looking at that. My perception bonus is 4.
You only have a 4 in your perception bonus?
Well, or is it... Well, 7.
Hold on, let me look. I'll take a look.
Maybe I didn't read it right.
No, you only have a 4.
Okay.
Okay, so the way that... I'll pull you over here to the combat chart real quick. Yeah. Your PB in yards, so you have to be 4 yards away if you're to be in short range. PB times 2 yards, or 8, puts you at medium range. PB times 3 would put you at long range. So for throw weapons, you have to be at short range. So you will have to move closer to it in order to chuck the rock. Because you have to get 4 yards away from him, apparently. Because your perception bonus is not great.
And you're saying the only way I can use this is to chuck it at him. I can't take it and like tie it to an arrow and shoot the arrow.
You'd have to trade craft for 1 AP to make an arrow. You got
I'm
an
gonna try
arrow, so you could do that, but you'd have to spend an AP there to trade craft it up.
I will do that because I'd rather do that than get in close.
Okay. So you take a sharp piece. You're going to try to replace one of your arrowheads with this thing. So that's going to just be a challenging tradecraft roll. Do you have tradecraft as a skill?
Nah, but my willpower's good.
It's
so
flip to fail then.
I mean, yeah, I would have to have a dot in it for it to be something.
Right.
So no, I don't. So
You did it though.
okay.
You people in your flip to fails today, you're on fire for your flip to fail. So yeah, you get this shard, you pop off the arrowhead, you just like bite it off your kirk, you spit out the arrowhead, you take the little twine, you get it all fixated on there. You do that thing super quick, like for 1 AP, and you got a makeshift arrow. Do you have the AP to fire it? To load and fire?
Yeah, I shouldn't I?
You moved. You made an arrow.
Yep.
You spend 1 AP to load that arrow, and 1 AP to fire.
Okay, so I'm gonna fire that.
So
right?
you're an AP short unless you're going to spend a fortune to have an AP. Because your chain reaction is only for parry.
I'm gonna spend a fortune. I haven't spent a fortune. I'm gonna spend a fortune for this. I'm
All
feeling. Okay.
There we go.
That'll be simple ranged.
Yes. Yeah. That's based on your weapon.
At what level? Standard or routine or?
You're now within the bow's range. You're well within the bow's range.
Okay.
So you will be standard and standard.
Standard simple range. All right. I got a little burst of energy to wrap that on there after touching it. A little euphoria kind of washed over me. So let's see how I do. I'm touching that witchstone.
Oh. Your shot goes wide.
Damn. Okay.
All right. Wayward Eye.
Okay, I am going to move to Nigel.
To Nigel, yes.
Yep, and we're ostensibly here for just the necklace, right? Like, I mean, all this is really bad, but our main goal was to get that.
You guys, yeah, I mean...
So I'm going to try to... I'm not sure how Zwei would handle it, but I'm going to try to just search him and get that necklace off him.
That's called skullduggery.
Okay.
There's a skill for it. It's flip to fail if you're not trained in it.
I have 1 training in said skullduggery.
That's all it takes. So it is going to be a standard skullduggery. He is currently prone. Otherwise, it would be harder.
Well, I'm gonna dug
proof that we killed him. By the way.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to attack first. I remember needing the necklace. I just didn't remember that he had to die. So I'm going to, instead of going for the skullduggery test, if that's okay with you, I'm going to, I moved once, I'm going to aim once, and I'm going to try to rapier him.
Okay, he's prone, so it's an easy attack.
Okay.
Because you made him prone.
I'm going to go ahead and just make it trivial. I want this to happen. So I'm going to spend that 1 AP to aim.
Okay. All right. It's trivial. You hit him. You do 11. It is not a critical success, so he does get the parry.
Mm-hmm.
That is a successful parry for him.
Oh. Well, I only have
Nope, sorry. He's at hard. Because he's prone.
Right.
The attacks become easy, so it is not a successful parry. Alright, I'll let you do 11 to him. That's enough for 1.
Okay. That I have my 1 lightning reaction AP left, and that is my turn. I need to roll the coordination check, right?
Hard coordination.
Okay. Hard coordination, rolling. Oof.
I mean, luckily these things don't hit too hard, even if... Oh my god, it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
I'm rolling the worst on my D10s today.
I accidentally stumble with my lack of depth perception just past a bolt is what happens. Is the lightning.
Alright, Raven?
So he's turned around and he's heading towards Pumpkin King.
He's still staring at you as though he's trying to hit you with all of his eyes, like in a gaze. And you're found yourself.
But he attacked. He started moving towards and attacked Pumpkin King, right?
Yeah, without even looking.
He's gonna let out a deep breath. Well, I guess someone has an idea. And he is going to attempt to jump down here and charge at the demon. He's going to use 2 AP to move up to the demon.
Make your easy coordination to not hurt yourself falling off that. You did that. Okay, you land no problem. You take 2 AP to do your charge maneuver. Will 2 AP worth of movement get you there?
My move is 8, so that should be enough.
Oh, yeah. At the end of a charge, if you make an attack, you get an additional D6 Fury Die damage at the end of a charge.
Yeah, I'm going to hit him with a Morgenstern. Or try to, I should say.
All right. You do have a problem. He is large size, and a charge maneuver will draw an attack of opportunity from him.
Okay.
So, here it comes. Boom, it's a hit. Do you have a lightning reaction or something to parry with?
Not a thing.
Well, let's talk about some damage then. 20.
Ooh.
This thing is lightning fast, and it lashes out with a spiky tendril that rips across your midsection as you charge in. Now, you're still charging in, and you're still getting your attack unless this thing kills you outright, but...
Oh, that's worse. I was like, wait, why do I have damage threshold modifier in here? Let's remove that. Oh, no, that suddenly got much worse. I think that's 2 levels. My second one is 15.
That is correct.
For damage threshold.
21 is your third one, so you avoid the third. So yes, 2 levels. So that puts you moderately wounded. And he will roll his d6 for injury. Oh! Oh, he scores an injury. Oh, I love it.
Oh, no. Injury. Not our beautiful Raven boy! Not like this!
Page 365. Our favorite page.
His favorite page of the book. I wasn't doing enough. We gotta make this interesting.
D100.
I actually haven't been injured like this entire game, so it's been coming.
72.
Neighbor of the beast.
Oh! Oh! Oh, this is gonna hurt. A sprained wrist.
Aww.
Until you recuperate and heal it, you cannot hold anything in your primary hand. You can only attack with your offhand. And if you don't have ambidexterity, that means all attacks are flipped to fail. So for you to attack with your Morgenstern at the end of this charge, you are now flipped to fail, as you have to use your offhand to swing it, and probably drop your shield then in order to make this happen.
Yeah.
Or you can spend a fate point to ignore the injury altogether, and then hit him normally.
No, he's going to take the injury. He'll drop the shield and make the crappy attack that's not going to work.
All right.
Well, you know, with our flip to fail luck, you might just get a critical hit at this point.
I mean,
yeah, though with the rolls I've been having, I'll get a critical failure. Because my rolls have been bad. All right, so just roll Morgenstern. It doesn't do any bonus to my attack for charging. It's just the damage, right?
It's just the extra damage if you hit.
That
well,
fails.
80 is a fail. So you flail it with your left hand and it misses. This thing just lively slinks out of the way as you charge up there with it, and it's just kind of peering down at you. As though it would like to say something, but it can't.
I'm at least gonna try to not stare at the creepy eyes that are boring into me.
Okay.
I don't want to make eye contact with this thing. I don't like this gaze thing it's doing to me.
All right. That'll bring us to Demon's turns. Oh, yeah. Another Maester Brahma von Helfrich dies. And the successful one holds the book up in his hand just in time for another one to stab him in the shoulder, and he drops the book into the pile, and they gross back in there. And more Bravos fall through and begin to scavenge through books, trying to reunite with the book from their realm. Demons. Let's see. You're right up in his face. I don't think there's any way he doesn't hit you at this point.
It's fair.
God damn, he missed. Give me the misfortunes. You're getting one back, team.
Damn it. I was so close to living.
Hey, now he hit. Would you like to attempt to parry flip to fail with your Morgan?
I don't have any AP. So.
Oh, well, that's a damn shame. Would you like to spend a fortune to have an AP to parry? I just gave you one back.
But my parry will be flip to fail. Won't it?
Yeah, it's gonna suck ass, but I mean that's the. Or you can just wait to fate point it when it kills you. I mean, it's your choice. Or you can spend a parry.
Is there something it could do with fortune points once it hits me to reduce the damage or something?
No.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember.
No.
That's just a removal of preventing the injury, I guess. All right. I guess I'll take it back and try to parry. My parry is not very high. This might actually be the first time I've rolled a parry. Where the hell is that?
It's right above your health track.
There it is. It's I see it.
You did it. 63 and 36, both successes.
Oh yeah.
So you did it. You parried.
Huzzah!
You bring that Morgenstern around and you bat its lashy tentacle out of the way.
Oh yeah. Snacks just brought up something a good point. Should I be doing something about the lightning floor? Is that a problem?
Oh yes. Oh well, yeah, you are. That's a hard coordination. You're almost not. That little emblem in the middle of that is stonework. So if you stand on it, you're fine.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, between that and the gore he's standing on, he should be okay. He's insulated because of the gore from the maestro.
Or all my own blood just pouring down.
You didn't make it. So let's talk about a D10 plus 1 damage. Boom! You're not taking damage either today, because that's what I roll every time I roll a D10 today. Rolled it on initiative, rolled it every time I roll damage. Just ones everywhere.
He already got the
D10s.
tentacle slap the crap out of me, so...
Yeah. Okay. So...
I'm taking this one up for fortune favoring the bold.
Yeah. All right, then. So, that is the end of its AP. I don't believe it gets to take multiple attacks. It doesn't have anything that says it gets to take multiple attacks. Kind of makes me sad, but that's fine. Yep, okay. That is it for its turn. We're at the top of the order. Pumpkin King. Pumpkin King, you got a triangle. Pumpkin King, you got a circle. You're finally ready to do the thing.
I spend an AP to draw my second to last ampule of Witchstone and inhale that sucker. I think just for giggles, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do a litany of hatred on the demon.
Yeah,
and
I like
I'm
it.
I'm going to say, "Hey, monster, suck it."
Go for
and
it.
then yeah.
Litany of hatred him.
Gosh, what is this again? It's not guile, is it?
It's intimidation.
Intimidation. Oh. I'm not that intimidating. I'm intimidating enough when I've got got up by the huevos. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast the ritual with my third AP.
All right. So this is. Are you gonna? Did you snuff the stuff
I did.
again? So another 9 corruption, and
Mhm.
you cast the ritual to summon the Light Eater. It, boonk, disappears from the tendril and appears as a pink flame inside your triangle.
Excellent. Well, now for something stupid. I'm gonna go ahead and gain 1 AP from my pyromaniac
More corruption.
deal. Yeah, which will put me at my 10th chaos rank there.
Oh, really?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, you know what that means, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You get a gift. I like these. These are fun. Where is it at? Where's those gifts? Why did I not have this page booked? Here it is. Ha! The Prince of Change. As an infernal saboteur, I need a D100 roll.
Oh, baby, here we go. D100. 43.
Whoa. Okay, you get a mortifying gaze. When you choose to, you can unleash your mortifying gaze. And your face will literally turn to that of a pumpkin. A screaming jack-o'-lantern pumpkin with your jagged teeth and your hollowed out burning fire pink eyes. And whenever foes are engaged with you and you do this, they must resist with resolve or be mortified. And if they're mortified, they have a minus 10% to all skill checks they make while engaged in combat with you. While you have your
beautiful.
mortifying gaze up.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
That is a gift from the Prince of Change to you
What a lovely present.
for
Thank
being
you.
such a devout servant.
Well, then, with my last AP, no, I already did
And this
did a
happens
special act.
right now. Like, it comes in. It's like, when you see this happen, and Kadam can see it, she's like, what the hell?
I like the idea that I'm so single-minded and just like, I'm a mercenary, I got here to kill this guy, that's what I'm doing, and I just don't give a shit about any of it. That's me, friendin', the one that don't care, kill that guy.
So,
I'm going to bank that last AP for
Thanks.
parrying purposes.
he banks that last AP, and we're to Kadam. Kadam, the Pumpkin King's face just turned into a pumpkin. And it's scary. And he's chanting, and he created a triangle on the ground, and the Light Eater is like a pink flame inside of there now, like a disembodied, just little piece of pink flame, like all the other stuff that melted the Maester. Kadam, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. Nothing seems to hurt this thing.
My weapons seem to be useless, but Pumpkin King, is there magic you can infuse in my arrow? Or perhaps, and seeing some of the goo that's probably exploded by in its witchstone.
Education roll. Education roll.
Yeah.
You said it. You said it, and you also once upon a time read it. So I want to give you a chance, Dunderhead, to remember something.
I remember. Okay, is this standard?
Standard. You remember, when you read the Manifesto of Destiny, the cultist Zelena anointed all of her comrades' weapons with holy water. And they struck down the wretched one.
I have holy water.
Nah, you do. You have holy water. You also have a priest who can do consecration. He has the ritual. He could do it himself. But just as easily, you have one of that cultist party members over there on a table, his mortuary sword still hanging at his side. That weapon has been blessed.
Yes, yes, I remember this. And I don't have holy water. I have a holy symbol.
You do, yes. But holy water can be made via ritual.
Right, yeah.
But
All
the
right.
raven possesses.
If I had remembered this, I would have been like, I'm made of mostly water. Bless me. Let's do this. Wandering Eye's gonna kick some ass.
As I remember this, YOLO, 3 fate points. Kidama's going to make a mad dash at remembering this because something about seeing Pumpkin King transform into this just monstrous magical entity and all of a sudden just like awakens that flash. That she's going to make a mad dash for the table, grab the mortuary sword, and run at.
You will have to disarm Nigel. He has it in his hand. He is parrying the Wayward Eye's Flamberge as we speak.
Okay. So I'm going to run up.
Okay. That's 1 AP.
1 AP.
To run. 1 AP to do a disarm maneuver.
Disarm maneuver, which would be
coordination, I believe.
At standard. Up, we go here. Coordination.
I believe that's right. I will double check it real fast to make sure. But combat actions, disarm for perilous stunts. Coordination test. Foe resist with coordination or be disarmed.
But he's prone, right? So
he's prone, yeah. I haven't put him on the initiative roster, but he's going to go right before Wandering Eye does. So
would it be standard or routine if he's prone?
It's easy.
It's easy. Okay, well, I'll make sure I get the dot in the right spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point.
Damn it. What was I doing? Coordination?
Yep. It's coordination to disarm someone, and he has to resist with coordination.
Well, Dunderhead, so you gotta remember that, you know.
Oh, you did it.
So
he did not. He is not successful. So you walk over there, and he's getting ready. He parries Wandering Eyes, Wayward's Eyes, Flamberge to the side of that rapier, and then you come up there from behind with your mortuary sword, right? And you just catch him by surprise and just boom, knock it right out of his hand, and it boom, sticks into the table. That's 2 AP you've spent. You got one more.
I'm gonna pick that up, but I can't run and I can't go and strike the Newman up because I don't have enough AP, right, to pick it up and run and strike.
You would have to have more AP,
right,
to hit with. So you could spend fortune points to gain AP.
Oh, and by the way, somebody gave us a fortune point.
Was there 100 spent and I didn't see it?
Yeah.
Oh, yep, there was. Thank you guys for keeping me on top of that. I'm flipping back and forth through screens and did not see that. So boom, there you go. So, yep. Thank you, Seraphique.
So how many AP points would it be for me to take this blessed weapon and...
I will let you drop your mortuary sword or your spear, whichever one you have. You will drop it, pick up Nigel's blessed weapon for one, and charge over there for 1 AP. I'll let you do all that. I'll let you.
One AP and
then the attack would be 1 AP at the end. So you got 1 AP, so you can move over there. Okay. You need 1 more AP to attack, but it will not be a charge move.
Okay. All right, so I'm moving over there.
Okay.
And and then I have to use the fortune that was just given us to do the attack.
Correct.
Okay. And then the attack will be a simple.
Just use your mortuary sword on your character sheet.
It's
macro.
And it'll be at standard or routine?
Standard.
Yeah, standard. Okay. That's right.
Oh, would you like to spend a fortune to reroll that?
Yes.
Okay. Take another chance with it.
Oh, yes.
Okay, a successful hit for 14 damage. He will take his parry. He fails his parry. Alright, you do a level of damage to him. Actually, he may have done 2 levels of damage. His damage is not that high, but he can't be harmed by mundane weapons. So you may have actually done 2 levels of damage. Let me get back to his... How much did you do? 14? Yeah, you did. You did 2 levels of damage. I'll just tell you straight up right now, we're not going to waste the time with it. You cannot do an injury to him. He has an ability called Uncertain Form. He is immune to perilous stunts and injuries.
I thought that was...
So you can't inflict an actual injury on him, but you can do.
Okay.
But you can do damage.
Yeah, because I thought these creatures, he's accursed, so these creatures cannot be harmed by normal weapons unless they have been imbued with magic.
Right, which would include being blessed by a anoint weapon.
Oh, so you're saying that this weapon is not that, though?
Yours is. He has another ability called Uncertain Form. Even when you're using a magic weapon, he cannot be injured and he cannot be perilous stunted. So you do damage, you just don't do injuries. So the extra d6 for a mortuary sword, you're not going to check for injuries because you can't do them.
I see. Okay.
You just got to kill him through flat damage. You can't end it early with an injury or anything like that.
Understood. Because he doesn't bleed as well.
Yeah. He doesn't bleed. None of that garbage. So.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Okay, that was Kadam. It is Nigel's turn. He lost his weapon, so he's gonna try to use his military officer training, and he is going to attempt to then disarm Wayward Eye because he has to.
Oh no!
He's successful at his coordination. Would you like to resist coordination or be disarmed yourself? And I think your weapon has an extra bonus versus being disarmed, if I remember correctly.
It does. It's in the that supplement, which I don't have open right now.
I'm pretty sure you get an additional 10
to
the skill check to keep from. So
make it routine.
It's a routine coordination for you.
Okay. Routine coordination, going for it.
And you successfully. So you don't get disarmed, but he tried.
Yeah. I look him in the eye and I say, I've been working on the Nigel all the live long day.
Second AP. Oh, that's a fail. He starts cursing a litany of hatred at you unsuccessfully.
I distracted him with my beautiful song.
And for the third, he will spend the 1 AP to get up to his feet, so he's no longer prone.
Okay.
And that is into his turn. Wayward Eye, it's not your turn.
Okay, I'm going to try to take him down again because I think that's just funny. And so that's going to be my first AP. It's the simple range. Try that. I roll a nice 69.
He hops over there, but he doesn't lose his footing this time. So your arrow like pinks off the table, and he kind of does the when you shoot at people's feet dance. And
fantastic. You're learning.
He's cussing at you the entire time.
All right, I'm going to...
He's like, don't shoot at me. Shoot at the giant thing with the tentacles, you dumbass. Like, he's yelling at you.
I got one job, and it said you, buddy, and I'm going to take aim and try to flambeard him. It's just what I would do. Flambered him, rather.
Yeah. Oh, brutal. And without a hand weapon, I don't think he can parry.
No.
20. Poor Nigel. That's grievously wounded. 20 will dump him too. So, yeah, so your defensive is plus 10 to parry. Opponents are minus 10 to disarm. Yep, see, that's what I thought it was.
Okay.
Weak, you can only inflict moderate or serious, never a grievous injury. So you have to do a serious injury. So roll 4d6s to see if you get a 6.
Okay.
You did not. So
No.
minus spending your last fortune point. Yeah, you just did a lot of damage. He's grievously wounded.
Yep. I have only my lightning reaction. I will end my turn gracefully.
Okay. Make your hard coordination. You're still standing on the floor.
Right. Okay, doing that. Going hard and coordination. Boop.
You're fine.
Nice.
Raven.
Now, just for clarification, I think this is a servant of the outcast demon prince, not the demon prince itself.
Yeah. This is a greater demon who serves the actual princes of demonic princes would probably never materialize. Like they always send demons to go do their bidding. I don't know why they wouldn't, but they don't.
I just wanted to clarify that. To determine the appropriate level to which Reese is crapping his pants. Still at high volume, but a little bit lower than maximum quantity. So he is going to. Oh, first I wanted to ask: is there a way that I can? Is there an action I can take to get away from this thing without it attacking me?
Yes. For 2 AP, you can do what is effectively disengage. It's got a name.
Okay.
It's on the movement chart for combat.
Then I'm going to
actions.
do that. I'm gonna
it's
GTFO.
maneuver. You move 1 yard out of an engagement, avoiding all opportunity attacks for 2 AP. So it's basically like your 5-foot step and disengage all wrapped into one.
But before I do that, seeing what she just did and actually wounding the thing, Reese is going to call out, "It's working! You've damaged it! You're doing far more than I can. Keep at it!" And attempt to inspire.
Inspiring words?
Yep.
All right, leadership. Success. That makes it critical, so everyone gains 2 to their damage and peril thresholds.
And then I am going to, as I said, GTFO.
Okay, so yeah.
Beat feet before ye are eated.
Yeah.
Gotta run.
Hard coordination. You're still on the floor. You didn't hop up on the table. I don't know why nobody's hopping up on the tables. I put Nigel on a table just to demonstrate that would work, and nobody's hopped up on other tables yet.
That's a fine
It's
point.
okay. It's just, it's the little things I do on these maps.
It's my rolls.
Everybody's so lost in the sea of Bravo von Helfrich's and books. So
I'm the wayward eye, not the discerning eye, okay?
Coordination's like the
11.
second best skill, too.
11 incoming damage. Is that even enough to hurt you now that you've...
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's 15.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, sorry. That's peril.
That's
Sorry,
peril. Look at damage. Sorry, yeah. It's 11.
No, damage threshold is 11.
Oh, so it didn't even break it. I can't even do damage to you with this thing. I didn't make the damage high enough on it when I designed this. Okay, well, good. Duly noted.
Switch it to a D12. Switch it to a D12.
I should have done 2d10 and just upped it to the next one. That's okay. That seemed harsh when I looked at it. I was like, no.
It does, yeah. I mean, I'm the only. To be fair, I'm the only one you can't. I don't think you can damage.
Well,
with
that's
it,
probably
so.
true. All right. It is. Oh yeah. Guess what? More Maester Bravo von Helfrich's die, and more appear out of the thing. It's just like boom.
Actually,
we got more Bravo von Helfriches just falling out of the sky, and they continue to murder each other, and Witchstone falls to the ground where they die.
Does my shield add to my damage threshold? Or is that only parry?
It's only for parrying.
Okay. I just want to make sure
It
in case that
actually-
lowered my damage threshold.
If you have a light shield, I don't know what kind of shield you have, but if you have a light shield, it actually adds to your damage. It's a +1
No,
damage
it's a
with
wooden
light
shield. I got it for the parry bonus.
Yep, yeah. Defensive. Light shields have the +10 defensive for parry. They also give a +1 because they're considered a weapon in your offhand. So they give a +1 to damage if you have one that's a light weapon. So Demon's turn. Well, Kadam most certainly heard it. So it's going to turn and lash at Kadam. And it hits. And I know you got lightning reaction, so you take your parry.
Are you talking? Because I can see your mouth moving and nothing's coming out.
Oh, is Debbie trying to talk?
That's my. That's on my. Yes, I'm looking at my parry.
It's on your talents and
there you go.
trappings.
Right, got it. Yeah.
And you successfully parry it. So it lashes with the tentacle, and you just shield ting and blocking it, and got Nigel's mortuary sword in your other hand, ready to go to town on this thing. That was its first AP. Its second AP is it's going to transfix gaze you, and all of its eyes peer down at you, Kadam, you dunderhead. You have to resist with resolve or be memorized standard.
You said resolve standard.
Yep.
You know, this is why I actually thought about putting my plague mask on at the very beginning of this, so that I could kind of, he couldn't make eye contact with me.
It's
He's
not
got
eye
8 eyes.
contact. You just have to see it. If you see it,
see it.
yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay, so standard resolve. Resist. You
No,
can.
You are
Do-
mesmerized.
Resistance is futile.
Mm-hmm. Where did it go? Transfix gaze. Mesmerized foes cannot use actions in combat, but you may attempt to resist again at the beginning of your turn to escape. So dunderheaded Kadam is up there looking badass with that sword, and then all of a sudden you guys see that she stares up at it, and her sword and her shield just kind of go down to her side, and she's staring up at this thing like the kids in It. They're like, ooh, pretty lights. All right. That brings us to Pumpkin King. You got a light eater in a triangle.
How fragile is this triangle of power?
Well, you know that if something disrupts the Witchstone, I mean, it's effectively a triangle drawn on the ground. A lot of times they're drawn out of chalk or out of, they're just a powder, you create a circle for you to stand in, and then you make a triangle out of salt, effectively, and that's what you effectively have done, is you made it out of Witchstone. So it's literally just drawn on the floor. You can take your foot and scatter it if you want to.
Beautiful. I'm going to draw the last ampule of Witchstone I got and huff it.
Another 9 corruption.
Of course. Then I'm going to look at the Light Eater and say, ooh, look at me. I guess that makes me the avatar of chaos in this timeline, doesn't it? So I'll cut you a deal. I'll break you loose. You help deal with this asshole, and then you return to our good prince's domain. Agreed?
It looks at you. Do you hear it? from the disembodied flame. Agreed.
I'll walk over and I'll just lovingly kick my foot through that witch stone like Fred Astaire. Just doing a nice little shuffle step.
Bringing in the pain, bringing in the pain.
All right. You break the triangle. Your triangle is no more.
You cannot handle my triangle potion seller.
The flame erupts out. And you all see the Light Eater unhindered for the first time. It stands on one leg like a flamingo. Its main body is covered in pink flume. It has two sets of wings that extend out from its back, wreathed in flames like a phoenix. The same pink flames that you saw the Pumpkin King ignite from a candle just a little bit ago. It has a large, long neck with a vulture-like head at the end, which beak is long, curved, and striped like a toucan. It has large, purplish plume feathers that stick out the top of its head, and its tail fans out like that of a peacock. Each tail feather with a blinking eye at the end of it. It let loose a roar akin to what you would expect to come from a dragon. And when it does, all of its feathers erupt in pink flame. Everything in its vicinity, the floor, the stone, everything that gets close to these flames begins to melt. Wherever its foot touches the ground, it's like a kid's hand going into birthday cake. The Light Eater has been set free. Do you have any other actions? You huff stuff? You broke open triangle? Critically succeeded at breaking open triangle without blowing yourself up. You have a third AP.
I would I'd like to use a let's see. I think I will just use I'll just make a random charm check to waltz.
Okay. You're gonna dance.
Celebratory dance.
Yes.
End zone dance. I like it. You
I'm
know
not-
what? It don't even matter.
I'm not too good at it.
Just like when a lineman scores a touchdown and they try to do one of those like fancy touchdown end
Like
zone
the Iggy
dances.
shuffle and-
Yeah, that's like you, only you're doing it like the lineman version, right? Where they always dream that it would happen, and then when they get there, they don't know what to do, so they just kind of truffle shuffle their way through it. Like, that's,
Yeah, I take like a few steps and then I'm like, the hell with it.
all right. Well,
You know what? I'll just go ahead and I'll spend my last, or I'll gain another 3 corruption, or another 3 corruption, get it an AP and bank it.
okay.
Yeah.
It is
I'm so
Kadam's
giddy.
turn. Kadam, you can attempt to resist for 1 AP to break the mesmerizing trance this thing has on you.
So I need to roll standard resolve.
Yes, standard resolve. You did it. So you shake free, you're staring up at it, and you realize you've dropped your defenses. And you shake yourself out of it, and you raise your shield and your mortuary sword back up. What would you like to do with your turn?
I have how many AP right now?
2.
Is take aim only for
No, you can do it with a melee attack too.
Okay, I'd like to use, so I could use 1 AP and attack, so that would make this routine instead, right?
Yep. Yeah, to make it a routine attack. Yep.
All right. With that mortuary sword. And this is with Nigel's mortuary sword.
Yes. 11 will do another level of damage. All right.
Vendaba. And that's it for my AP, right?
All right, that is it.
Action. Yeah.
It is Nigel's turn. Nigel sees the Light Eater and will risk an opportunity attack to begin fleeing. Do you have an opportunity attack? Do you have a...
I don't have an AP to spend.
You don't have to for an opportunity attack. They're reflexive.
Oh, okay, my bad. I think it's the first time in all the Zweihander games we've ever played where an enemy ran away from me in melee range.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay, yeah, I'll absolutely roll after Nigel. That's my goal. Let me.
You can strike him down as he attempts to flee.
All right, I'm going for it.
Okay, so yeah, you got him. That'll end him. Nigel dies right here at your feet, attempting to flee.
Fantastic.
So there he is. He's dead.
Skullduggery this, Nigel. I'm going to dig into your skull.
He falls over down to the floor. It is now your turn, Wayward Eye.
Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, people did yell out, "Oh, we need blessed weapons," something to that effect, when Debbie found it, I think.
I told her.
Okay.
I don't know if she exactly said it, but if Kanam said it, but Debbie said it, because...
Okay.
But then she ran over and took Nigel's weapon, and that seems to be working.
Okay. Alright, do I need to roll anything to see if I noticed that Nigel's weapon seemed to work?
No, you can tell it's working. You can see
okay, fair enough. I'm going to spend all 3 of my AP to get over to that fella on the table what had a sword in the bottom left corner, because isn't that one of them called occultist as well?
Which one?
I thought one of these folks was a cultist as well.
No, they're cyborgs. No. They're golems that have been... that are partially cyborg, like they're in the process of being converted into something.
Okay, fair enough then. I don't have anything that can damage this dude then, and I figured that out. I see the Light Eater. I think I'm gonna search Nigel for the necklace. And after that, use 2 AP to get back up on the scaffolding.
You spend 1 AP to search him, and you find the necklace.
Okay. And my movement will take me to where I was, which is dead center. And knowing what I know about holy weapons, I'm going to hope our priest has something to help me soon, so I can help.
All right.
And that is my turn. I'm so ineffectual.
Raven. You're muted, I think.
No, I was just talking to myself without push to talk. Because unfortunately, like I do have the ability to cast that, but isn't that going to take me like a whole process to be able to create holy water?
You would have to ritually go over there to the table and work at it. Yes, it would take you an incantation roll.
Because I think for that ritual, I have to I have to have no less than 3 observers who worship the god I invoke.
Better start converting people.
Yeah, so it's that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's not something I can like use in the middle of this fight, really, to make holy water suddenly.
You don't have holy water in your inventory?
I don't think so. I was just looking for it, and unfortunately, I don't think I just have that.
Check for royal water, I think it's called.
It's not in my. It's at least not in my my trappings anyway. It's not something I have in here.
That's because you guys purchased your trappings instead of going by your initial profession, or priest would have had 3 vials of holy water.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, so I could buff myself, but unfortunately, I can't do any damage to the thing. But I think I'm going to do that anyway. Go ahead and cast Armor of Scripture on myself.
Aegis? Okay.
Yeah, Aegis. So that's petty magic, I think.
It is. Easy. Nope, you don't.
My rolls have been next level bad.
What else would you like to do today?
Thing I'm going to do, just because it seems like a good idea. Actually, I'm going to try and look over to where Maester Baron von Helfrich was, the real one, when we killed him. Does he have any weaponry on him?
He sure does.
In that case, I will attempt to, I guess, move over there and attempt to get his sword.
He has a court sword. As a member of the Emperor's court, they all carry court swords.
All right, then I guess I'll use an AP to move and grab that.
You reach
If
down
possible.
there amongst the goo and you pull out his court sword.
Raven, look at it! Isn't it wonderful?
And I'm going to call out to the Wayward Eye and attempt to throw it as far over to the other side of the room as I can.
I love it.
You are still got a sprained wrist, so this is an offhand. We're gonna call it martial ranged because you're throwing this sword. Actually, we'll call it athletics. We'll just go with athletics flip to fail because you're having to use your offhand to do it. We'll just do a straight
I'd rather
athletics.
have martial ranged.
Okay, I'll let you do martial ranged.
It's only different by like 1 point. It's fine.
Either one's fine. Whichever one.
Actually, no, it's the same. It's the same.
Okay. So,
Maybe
this is probably athletics now that I think about it. So yeah, that would.
So yeah, he will call out, "Wayward Eye, a weapon!" and he will chunk it. He's not aiming straight at him because the demon's there, so he's gonna kind of aim off to the side a little bit, trying to get more like to the right of the demon at least.
This seems like a great idea to me. With my depth perception, I think you're 2 feet away.
like I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it all the way across the room. I'm just trying to get it at least part of the way towards him.
We'll figure that out in a second. Just go ahead and chuck this thing, and we'll see.
Oh, that's set to easy, so that's worse.
Oh my!
I forgot to change the difficulty.
Would you like to reroll that with fortune?
Yeah, fuck it.
You get this is the last one until I spend some.
Because I think she's gonna need his help in a second here.
22.
All right.
You did it. Yeah, because 14 is also a success. All your guys' flip to fail rolls today have been fantastic. So, what is your used athletics? So we're going to go with your brawn bonus. What's your brawn bonus?
6.
Oh, they're giving you a fortune back. Thank you, Seraphique. Resupplying you with 1 fortune anyway for that heroic move. You said 6?
6.
So right there, the sword will land.
Okay. I'll take it.
We'll just drop a little marker or something on here just to denote. Oh, it's all those triangles that won't show up.
figure if anybody's got a magical weapon, it's the Maester.
The Maester's sword most certainly is. As it's been described for like 3 campaigns now. So yes. The Maester's
Hoping
sword.
you would have crit and would have been like R2 in Return of the Jedi. You just throw it.
All right. So that takes us to... That was Raven. The Maesters all turn. You see they all pick up a book. And they all turn when they see the Light Eater. And they all stop fighting each other. And they all start flipping through their book.
Ruh-roh. I can't hush that many people.
And in unison, they try. I need you to make a contested incantation roll with them, Pumpkin King,
Alrighty.
as they have successfully recited the Light Eater's name from the book.
Ooh.
You are now struggling with the army of Maester Bravo von Helfriches for control of the Light Eater.
No.
Oh, critical
no.
fail. You lose it.
Oh.
Let's take some peril.
Well,
We're doing so well.
Oh.
Well,
Oh. Oh no.
10 peril. Probably not enough.
Fate is a
to touch
fickle
you.
bitch.
Yeah,
Okay.
mercifully,
So on its
Peril's
turn,
not that bad.
you're going to have to deal now with the Light Eater also. And it's the demon's turn.
Oh boy.
So demon number 1 is like, hey, you suck ass. And it charges right past you towards the Light Eater with furious abandon, leaving itself open to an opportunity attack from Kadam.
Oh. Do it, Kadam.
all right. I'm going to. Oh, yes. I'm going to take an attack at it with the mortuary sword
Yes, you are.
because that's what I can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Free opportunity attack.
Just okay. So just straight. Just use my
Yep.
my weapon.
Yep.
Okay. Woo, woo. And because it's an opportunity attack, I have to do it standard. I can't use.
Yep.
I can't.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Just an attack.
But I have that mortuary sword in mind.
Oh, critical fail.
Oh.
$15 incoming peril. And as a Dunderhead, you will take an additional level.
You know, Kidam's intelligence actually isn't that bad. And that Dunderhead actually means, like, when you fall down, you make a lot of noise, like thunder.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say you was dumb. I'm just saying that you critically fail, so when peril sets in, you take an extra level. So that's probably going to be 2 levels of peril for you.
All right. So that drops me down to...
And
Did you just...
and that peril comes from fumbling and dropping Nigel's weapon.
Yes.
And it clings
Oh.
onto the floor.
No. No, so this puts me down to just imperiled.
Yeah, that's right. And this thing takes its attack at the Light Eater. It misses, amazingly enough. And so the Light Eater will take its claw attack back, and it misses horribly. So these 2 giant demons, like, it charges up there, and it's like like Kong versus Godzilla up in this place now. There's tentacles flowing around everywhere. The Light Eater rears back on its one leg and like tries to claw with the other one as it comes crashing into it. And you're now like underneath, right in the middle of all this going on, Pumpkin King. You and Raven both are. I'll move him over slightly so you can see yourselves. In the midst of this chaotic fight going on between these two. And it is Pumpkin King's turn.
Well, I think immediately I'm going to try to just nope right out of that range there. Wait a minute, is the lightning and whatnot still going off?
Yep.
Jeez.
I'm mostly...
I think I'll...
yeah. To the table?
Move on to this table, yeah.
Okay, to the table.
Then from here, I think I'll try to speak the Light Eater's name.
Okay. Incantation. Hard.
All right. Hard. Man. I really wish I didn't have so much peril stacked up. Pretty pleased with cherries on top. Speak the demon's name.
No. You're trying to get it right, but you're just too worried about what's going on.
Yeah.
As the Light Eater... Well, we'll worry about it, I guess, next time. Do you have any other actions?
I'm gonna... Oh, geez. Where's...
We have
now?
We have another fortune point that just came in.
Oh, another one that just been for another? Yep,
In that
it
case,
did.
I'm going to use that fortune point to re-roll that.
Okay, then. So, yep, try it again.
It's
Was
almost
that
a
the one
1/3
we already
chance.
had from a minute ago?
Yeah, I put it back on there, then it got... Because you had 0. So now you have 1, so now you're back still just to 1. As Seraphique is trying to keep you guys' fortune in line. I haven't spent any to do extra damage because these things already do so much base damage. I didn't feel like I could.
Actually, I won't spend it. I'm just going to shout out to Kadam. Kadam! And I'll point at the Maestros. And I'll say, Blunderbuss! And that'll be my turn.
That's the last of her points. You guys are out of bonus fortunes coming from the chat.
Oh, boy.
We're about out of time tonight, too, so we'll have to wrap this up. Okay, so it is Kadam's turn. Kadam?
So if I were to aim at a maestro, though, which one would I aim at? There's
You
many.
wouldn't have to because there's a cone. It's a cone attack with a blunderbuss.
Oh, it's a cone attack. Okay.
Yeah, it's a shotgun. It spreads.
Oh, got it.
It's
Yeah.
everything in range.
All right.
But you can only shoot it for short range. You just gotta move up closer to them all.
Right. Can I pick up the Nigel's mortuary sword that's at my feet before I move
1
forward?
AP.
1 AP. I'm
You
picking
recover
up
the
that
mortuary sword.
recovering the mortuary sword. Okay. And then I will move. I will move forward because I know that's. Let's see. Basically, I just need to be within. Wait, is that me? Yeah, that's me. I'm gonna go and. How many squares away do I need to be, Justin, for these guys?
You're like 1 or 2 squares over, and you'll be in range to shoot them.
Okay, I'm gonna go stand on this book. I'm gonna stand on the book as insulation
Okay.
from the floor.
Sure, that works.
Okay. Hey, if I had known how long I'm gonna be on the floor, I would have just tied a book to each foot. You know.
That would have been awesome.
Not to say it still won't happen.
All right.
Okay. And so routine? No, standard. Actually, how many APs do I have left right now?
You picked up a weapon, moved. You're gonna shoot, so you'll have one left if you're gonna shoot.
Can I use that last one to take aim?
If
And-
you're
and do-
gonna spend a fortune for it, you can.
No, I'm gonna just keep it at standard with blunderbuss.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go then. Ooh, missed.
Spend a fortune.
Yes, you can.
I think team. Hold.
58% is pretty good.
Reroll it.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll it.
Oh, still missed. So you point it and but the shot goes low and you see it scatters books. Pages, it shreds through a bunch of the books. But you don't seem to really do anything to any of the maesters with it. And Wayward Eye.
Oh, for fuck's sake, do I have to do everything myself? And I'm going to jump down, and my 1 AP will get me to the sword.
Yes. 1 AP to recover it.
Okay. Oh, shit. 1 AP to recover it? Fine. Yep. Okay, I'm in this. Another AP to move. I'm spending a fucking fortune point.
Spin that last one. Do it.
Yep.
Do it,
right.
Doug. You're out of APs, but this is it.
Yeah, this is it.
Go time.
I'm
It's
like,
a charge.
I had to kill Nigel. I had to get the necklace. I gotta pick up the sword that people can't throw at me. Fine, I'm doing this. Somebody summons a big light-eating demon and then it attacks us anyway? This is great, everyone. And I'm gonna roll. So should I just roll my rapier for all intents and purposes for this other sword for now? Okay.
Yeah, it's a martial melee weapon, right? The
Yeah.
rapier. Yes. As long as it's martial melee, then yes.
Okay.
You hit for 13, and that is enough to end this thing.
Oh, yes.
Like I said.
So Wayward Eye grabs the sword. He takes off charging, because you still got another D6 you forgot to add on to that. So that's going to put him at 14. I'm
Nice.
there for you. I'm there for you.
Thank you.
You can't roll less than 1 on it. We know that. So
No.
it's good.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen me roll? Have you seen me roll?
There's no negative, so you're fine. It's going to go over 1. I have faith in it. So he comes running. He just scoops the sword right up off of the ground that Raven had thrown, and just runs it with a leap. Just Drax the Destroyers this thing from just right down into the front of it. Just right down the front, and just flays this thing open from the back. And it's kind of boils, and its tentacles kind of wrap around itself, and those hands and everything on there grab hold of its head. It's like, "Rah, no!" And it implodes into like inky black that just kind of falls to the floor.
I look totally nonplussed, and I hold up the necklace and I say, "I got it."
Side thumbs up, like, good job.
Raven?
Well, now that I don't have to have a body like stomping on top of me, Raven is going to fish into his bag, and he's going to pull out a fire opal, hold it up, and call out, "Maester Baron von Helfricht." And he will invoke one of the earliest tenets of the learner.
Book burning?
Doctrina... Do what?
You're gonna burn all the books. This is great.
Oh. Doctrina 1. Abhor the witch, destroy the witch. And he is going to use 2 action points to channel power.
Oh, I love this part.
And he's going to cast Trial by Fire on Baron on the Maester.
Fantastic.
Now, I can't click and roll that, because it's not on my sheet.
So, just an incantation roll, and it's at... Is that a greater spell?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah,
it starts at hard. You channeled power twice, so that brought you down to standard. So, standard incantation roll. You did it! So how much damage is that?
That is... duration is 9 plus WB in minutes. And I pronounce them if guilty of a crime. And of this, I'm going to say cavorting with demons and corrupting the world as a crime. and they will suffer 3d10 plus willpower bonus damage from fire.
Woo,
Or he will-
3d10.
Whoever is affected by this, I guess.
3d10.
Oh, rolls
Plus
not
your
that great.
willpower bonus.
10.
23. All the Maester Braun Hellfrishes that you called out ignite into flame. Now, did you say anyone?
I said, well, I have to name the target. I have to know
You
them
have
and
to
I have
name.
to know their name.
You have to call the target. Okay, so
That's
it
why I
wasn't.
didn't use it on the demon.
You don't
because I
just
know
call
the
out
target.
a crime and anyone who's done that crime, it goes up. It has to be.
Yeah.
It's
I
to
have
say
to know the
all
target,
are.
and I have to accuse
Yeah,
them
I'm
of a
glad-
crime they're guilty of.
I was just making sure it wasn't anyone who was guilty of this crime goes up. It's a specific
That would
target.
be wonderful, but no.
Petty theft. Boom! Everybody goes up for. Thanks to the
I love
first scene of
that.
tonight's game, right? So, all the Maester Braun von Herb just go up in fire. It ignites all the manifestos of destiny that are there at their feet. The giant pile of burning books. All the Maesters melt. Actually, they actually burn away. They don't melt because it's not the flame of the Light Eater, but
I
it's
was really hoping it would hit
Little
all of
fire.
them since they're the same
yeah,
person.
yeah, they are. Yeah, it does. It gets them all. So they all go up and ignite.
Now who's the pyro?
I hear you say that. I think you do say that. I turn to you and I raise the one eyebrow that's showing, and I'm like, I'm not the only one who showed up to this party. Like, yes.
The rift closes as all the Maester Braun von Helfriches and all the different multiverses ignite into flame, taking the manifestos of destiny with them.
That's bullshit. That only counts as one. We're tied.
I love
Light
everything Jake did this session
The
too.
Light Eater just stretches out its wings, roars at all of you, and just takes off straight up through the ceiling of the palace up into the night sky. And that is where we will wrap.
Give the
Ooh.
boss my regards.
Don't think I'm happy about that, but I don't know what to make of it right now. I'm taking this as a win. I'm taking this as a win.
I have to say that turned like for all of us on a single turn there, and I'm for it. I love that ending.
Awesome.
We have one more game left.
Wow.
One more game session. Next game session will be the last one, and then we'll have our player reunion after that, 2 weeks following. Or I'll schedule a date for it. It may have to be 4 weeks following because I'm going to be gone in Disney World for 1 week, and I got to make sure it's not that one. But
Awesome.
I'll have those dates
Nice.
out there. We are really almost too late to rate anyone at this point, so we're just not even going to bother. So we're just going to sign off real quick. We're already way late past our normal time to finish this combat, but that's what happens with combat-heavy games sometimes. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to the chat. In particular, I want to make sure I get it right. Seraphique, Louvier, for the fortune that you helped fuel our Vigilantes to victory with today.
Absolutely.
We will catch you all in
100%.
2 weeks. I got a little final credits outro to run today, and that's how we're going to end things. So y'all have a good night. We will catch you next time. Oh, I forgot to move it back so they could see your lovely faces.
Oh, yeah, we're just waving at nothing.
Just wave anyway.